Now, Nick, last week we had a bit of a discussion over whether or not a single man could fight two dogs.
Yes, but we didn't have a discussion as to whether or not you being in a relationship changed as to whether or not you could beat two dogs in a fight.
Is that a factor?
Because as somebody who's in a relationship and got in a fight with two dogs, let me tell you, didn't make much of a difference.
No.
Nope.
So last week, right, we were talking about the 10 shadows and how I thought I could fight two wolves.
Yeah. Wolves.
If I had a tool, I still think I could. Give me a crowbar, they get fangs, I get some tool that I have to make myself. But anyway, we did that. I'd say 2 days later, you send me a text being like, hey, as a man who just fought two dogs, no, you can't.
Yeah, you're getting packed. Absolutely. Awesome. So for those of you who, I guess I haven't really been super vocal on this, and all the YouTube videos in which I've talked about it, I don't know if they're out yet because I'm 3 weeks ahead right now. So yeah, things might be certain places, other things might be otherwise. So the timeline might be jumbled. But for those of you who don't know, Dorothy found a dog at her work. It was a small little 13-year-old Chihuahua mix, blind in one eye. Adorable little rat dog. She FaceTimes me. She's like, we need to save him. And I'm like, our dogs will eat it. I was like, that will Wagyu will pot once thinking it's playing and just snap its spine.
Yeah.
And so I was like, that dog will die sooner with us than if in the ASPCA or anything like that. So while dropping off this dog at the closest animal shelter to her work, she stumbles upon, they have 3 different fields, basically.
I see where this is going now. The Chihuahua threw me for an absolute loop. Yeah. I thought you were protecting Blanca's identity.
No, Blanca's already been relocated. She's 4,000 miles away.
Yeah, I thought you were this little Chihuahua. Wink.
Wink. Yeah, no, trust me. If it's Chihuahua, Wagyu would have had lunch. And so she stumbled. There's these 3 yards, and it's 1 yard has the hectic dogs, 1 yard has the kind of chill dogs, and then 1 yard has the really chill dogs.
Right.
And so there's 3 dogs in the really chill dogs area. And so Dorothy sees a lab there, this adorable white lab, and she goes in, she's like, oh, she's so sweet. She's like Neutron, her temperament's like Neutron. Just keeps hammering the Neutron aspect, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. Apparently we find out that after about 2 months of being in the shelter, this is a kill shelter, and most shelters in LA are, so just spread a little awareness on that factor. If you live in a major metropolitan area, unless a shelter is specifically designated to be a no-kill shelter, they kill animals whenever they run out of space. They try not to, obviously. They're not oh, whoop-de-doo, another day of putting dogs to sleep. But,
it's definitely not malicious. There's just too many dogs.
Yeah, there's just not space.
Yeah.
So we have a big house. We have a yard. And so this dog seemed very friendly with other dogs and was very friendly with other dogs. And so we probably, a week after that, we get a call. Hey, Blanca's on the kill list. We just got 8 new animals. She's next up. And so we're like, well, okay, fine. We'll foster her. I'll use my social media platforms to get her adopted somewhere. And so basically what happens is we have her for about 3-4 days. Everything's fine. She gets along with Neutron. She gets along with, actually, no, we have her a day and a half, and then we go to New York. Or not New York, to Las Vegas to go race supercars with Steven. And we have our dog sitter here. I get a shaky phone call from my dog sitter being like, she attacked Neutron and Wagyu attacked. Neutron is the biggest baby of all time.
Yeah.
So Neutron gets attacked, gets cut under his eye, still healing from that. Wagyu rips in and is beef time. So neither of them get hurt. They're fighting. The dog sitter managed to separate them using a cushion. She doesn't get hurt, thank God. She leaves. We come back. We're like, oh, everyone's fine. But she keeps barking at Neutron. So oh, fuck, we have to keep them separated. Right. Her and Wagyu still best friends. So everything's fine. We have a guy who's lined up to adopt her way out east of where we live, about an hour and a half. And I'm like, she's trying to attack Neutron. You have 4 Chihuahua mixes. Not going to happen. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, now I have to find a house that only has no dogs and has no small children because she gets defensive occasionally over her food. And I'm like, I don't want her to fuck somebody up. And so all of these things keep coming out about this dog. We find out that she's deaf. We find out that she's violent with other dogs. We find out that she is defensive with food. And we're like, Jesus Christ, until, and then she's particular about where she wants to sleep. So she needs to sleep in bed, otherwise she barks. And if she doesn't see you, she barks.
Right.
And so she's asleep in bed with us, and Wagyu is asleep because we can't have 2 50-plus pound, we have a queen-size bed.
Yeah.
You max out at 1 50-pound-plus dog. So 4 a.m. rolls around. Dorothy's scrolling her phone because her stomach hurts. Wagyu just decides, you know what? Fuck this. I'm getting in bed. Jumps up, lands on her. She's deaf. has no idea. So she gets freaked out, bites him, and he's like,
yeah, he's like, hey, stop this
fucking
shit.
ding, 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 motherfucker. And so Wagyu, for those of you who don't know, is the world's sweetest dog, but is incredibly defensive of Neutron, Dorothy, and me.
Right.
So if anybody is showing aggression to either three of those people, I fucking good night. Like, I'm sorry, I'll see you later. Like, Pipples are not aggressive, but they are defensive of the things and the people that they love. So she gets aggressive near us. He she nips him, like, somewhere on the cheek. He starts bleeding, and he's like, you know what? Let's do it. Almost rips her ear off.
Yeah, takes his rings off.
Yeah, like literally, no, put his ring on. And so it gets, he's a pit bull, so he's got like instant clench, and like he can't, like once he like gets locked on, he's got lockjaw. So it's like, so they're like battling it out, covered in blood. The entire bedroom looks like a fucking crime scene. He rips off almost half of her ear, rips through her lip. I had to pick him up, pull him into my office, and put him there, and he's just covered in blood, and he's just, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I get bit 3 times while separating them.
Yeah,
so
I see.
They took out a chunk of my tattoo, so that's gonna be a scar. I got bit on the thumb, and then I got bit on the finger. And so I get them separated. I look at myself. I'm like fucking John Rambo. I'm covered in blood head to toe from holding Wagyu, who's bleeding, and Blanca, who's bleeding. And I'm leaking myself. I go into the shower. I'm like washing off, and I'm like, okay, I just gotta get the blood off. And then we get the dogs to the vet. Yeah. And I realize I haven't breathed in like 3 minutes. Yeah. And so I white out in the shower, and we have a bench. I like come to sitting on the bench. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, I gotta turn that. I was like, the water's too hot. And I like turn the shower off, and I'm like, all right, I gotta get dressed. I walk down, we have like a slight hallway in our master bedroom. I'm walking down the hallway, I fall into Dorothy's closet, and she looks at me and she's like, your lips are fucking purple. And I was like, what do you mean? Yeah. And so she lays me down. I'm still soaking wet from the shower. I couldn't dry myself off. And I'm just like, I've had a panic attack before. Yeah. I had 105 fever after, ironically, spending my first ever weekend with Dorothy. I spent the entirety of an orientation week in Syracuse and got strep like squared. Like it was like they were like, your throat.
Stay on track with the story.
Your throat is pencil wide. So anyways, I knew I was like, I just need to breathe. Yeah. And so we took them to the vet, cost $3,000. I'm emailing, I'm texting the guy who's like, I want her over in New York. I'm like, we got to send her back to the pound. Like, I just like, she's not like, it's not safe for our dogs to be here. He's like, no, I still want her. Just keep her and Wagyu separated. So next day, fortunately, we get her cleared to fly, send her to New York, and she's a Brooklynite now.
Nice.
And she's a sweet dog. And I don't want my story to be the reason that people are like, oh, I can't foster. Like a nightmare story, absolute nightmare story. Yeah. But I would do it again, because at the end of the day, she's a sweet dog. She just needs to be in a 1-dog household with people who understand that she's deaf. And we also saved another dog, Jasper, who Claire adopted, is a 40-pound Australian cattle dog, the sweetest dog I've ever met in my entire life. Like a little afraid of men, because we think he got abused by men. So a little afraid of men, but like so sweet, loves Wagyu. Like him and Wagyu have a relationship like Ava and Wagyu. Right. And so 2 dogs that aren't currently Ash, living with people that like love them. Yeah. And wouldn't have been in that situation without Dorothy.
No, it's definitely like a nightmare scenario, and I'm glad you say like, don't take this story and like be deterred from fostering, because like I feel like if you are like bringing a foster dog into a house with other dogs, you have to do it a little more like cautiously, like begin with them in separate rooms, like how you eventually ended up having it. Do you think, so now that I've heard this story and like heard what the fight actually was, do you think if you weren't such a baby about it, you could have taken those dogs?
Listen, if you give me a one-on-one with Blanca, I'm winning. This has made me realize I don't think I stand a chance against my own smaller pit bull. There's a 25-pound difference between the 2 of them. I think Wagyu might be the biggest thing I could beat in a fight.
How does it feel to know that you are living in a house where like it's just Neutron's one bad day away from murdering you and Dorothy?
Listen, like I said, I have tools around the house, right? This is why pod knife is always here. So like, I'm not going to get caught lacking in my own house. Right. But more for me than anything, it's like, this is a well-defended home. This is a well-defended home.
Here's the thing though, you weren't fighting to kill. You were fighting to subdue.
I was
You weren't even fighting.
No.
If you started throwing in hands, do you think you could have been a contender there? In this dog Royal Rumble?
So we were so focused on Wagyu and not Blanca because it was like Wagyu was clearly winning. Yeah. And so it was like, but Wagyu doesn't know, like, he's like, I didn't hear no bell, right? And so, like, I'm like slapping Wagyu's face. Dorothy puts a finger in his butt because apparently that's what you're supposed to do. But what we didn't take into account.
What a clutch move from Dorothy.
It doesn't work. He's so fine about things in his ass, he didn't even fucking register.
Regardless, I can't imagine like seeing this like Tasmanian devil dust cloud happening and just like getting the glove on and being like,
no glove,
spread them cheeks.
No glove whatsoever. She's like, I'm pulling Wagyu apart. I'm like, put a finger in his butt. She's like, it already is.
Were you the one who suggested it, or she just knew?
Well, like, it was Austin, ironically.
Or was it just instinct?
Austin, our friend Austin, was like, hey, if it's ever lockjaw, what you're supposed to do is put a finger up their butt. And we're like,
Austin Porter?
Yeah, like both of our brains.
That's who taught you to shove a finger
up a dog's ass. And you know what? Didn't fucking work. Didn't work.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah.
And so don't do that. There's better options. You're supposed to throw like a blanket over their head or something.
What is Wagyu supposed to do? Just stop, turn around, and be like, bitch, what are you doing?
It's supposed to like loosen his jaw or something. I don't fucking know. So it was, oh my God, it was a nightmare. But it's fucking, I just have scars now. It's fun. It's great. It's great. Dogs are a wonderful thing.
I love
the idea.
Hey, the third lead singer pretty much told me to ram a finger up my dog's ass.
We just never thought we'd be in the situation, so we had no fucking clue.
I like you and Dorothy turning to each other like, oh, Austin!
Yeah. Wag's like, thank you, actually. I was looking for that. I actually heard him tell you that.
So funny.
So the real strategy was hold my dog and pull and just rip half of Blanca's ear off.
Golly.
Yeah, so that was fun. That was fun for everyone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Too bad I wasn't there.
So
we said the opposite thing just now.
Yeah, you wouldn't know. I was trying to like grab their faces to separate them. Bad fucking idea because they're trying to readjust their mouths. I don't think you'll ever understand how bad of an idea it is to battle against a wolf or anything with sharp teeth until you feel your bones between something else's teeth. Feeling my thumb in one of the two dogs' mouth, I don't know which one, made me feel like a chicken wing.
That's terrifying.
Dude, it is a feeling I don't think I'll ever forget.
I like unlocked a fear of dog teeth like last year.
Yeah.
And I was watching like one of the Twilight movies, not just recreationally. Like I was passing through a room full of chicks, obviously.
Yeah, you're like, New Dawn, right? Or Twilight, whatever that one
exactly.
is. Yeah.
Some bullshit. I was just passing through a room full of broads.
Yeah.
And they
were crying in other periods, and you're like, I'll be consoling.
Yeah,
to
I came in, I was like, you ladies sinking in here? You guys syncing up?
Yeah, he was like, team.
Yeah,
you Jacob. Yeah, I could tell by the smell.
Yeah, I brought like a Pabst Blue Ribbon can like up to one of their teeth, cracked it open, like. But they were watching a Twilight movie. Jacob turned into a wolf and like did like a really realistic looking wolf snarl. And I like something in me like made me take a physical step back. Yeah,
it's primal.
I was like, whoa, that was a primal fear I just had. Like
fully, like it's just like humans have been like afraid of wolves. That's why we started feeding them.
Yeah,
like we domesticated dogs out of fear.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of cavemen got around and they're like, wait, we need to think this shit through.
Listen, there's more of them than there is of us.
Utharg's missing his legs right now because we won't think this shit through.
Honka over there.
We can't unga this bunga anymore.
So the demon dogs are running your fade exponentially.
Right.
It's not even close. Anyways, Nick's had a stressful week, but we're good now. We're off to China in 2 weeks. We have a big day today. For those of you who don't know, for those of you not watching live, we have Stephen He on the show directly after this. You guys won't see that until Nick is in China. We're going to chat to him about all things Naruto, Boruto, JJK, and, just content creation. I am Nicholas Connor, also known as NCHammer23, also known as the Weeb Commander, also known as the Scarred One, Daniel. Damn. Yeah.
That's cool.
I know, right?
I'm Danny Motta, otherwise known as Pissboy, unfortunately, still.
Nice.
So I have no way to transition into this. So I have two transitionless segments I want to get through very fast.
Okay.
First, I'll just do this one. I brought a movie today.
You did bring a movie, and we're gonna watch the entire thing. Yep.
Yes, everybody.
It's actually public domain by now.
Everybody, get out your MVB2 DVDs, and I'll let you know when we begin, so you guys can hit play and follow along to this audio commentary.
We'll give you number cues to get to.
So I'm gonna give you this. I found this at a Goodwill, and I had to buy it. I want you to explain what you're holding and what it says on the cover.
So this is the cult classic. Danny actually hasn't seen this. I have.
I've never heard of this movie. I can't believe you have.
I cannot believe there was a time in the early 2000s. For those of you who are a little young, there was a time in the early 2000s because of a movie called Air Bud that every single major movie producing studio on Earth was like, animals doing things they shouldn't. And so I'm holding MVP2.
Yeah.
And for those of you, who hear MVP, you might think most valuable player, something like that. No. We're talking about most vertical primate, motherfuckers.
Vertical primate.
Mm-hmm. The most vertical primate the most valuable primate has just gone vertical, is the pitch line to this. This is obviously from the producers of Air Bud. It's from Warner Brothers. And this was a response to the Air Bud's success. And it's about a monkey named Jack who learns how to skateboard. They use a real monkey for the majority of their scenes. And they just trained him to do a bunch of sick shit on a skateboard. And did
they, though? Or did they just glue his poor little feet to a skateboard and push him down a ramp?
I never really looked into the real logistics of how he was on there.
There's no way they were like, all right, here's how you ollie, Jack, get ready.
Oh, he doesn't ollie. He's more of a vert skater.
Got you.
Yeah,
Right.
So it's just like him dropping in bowls and all that.
Right. Here's the thing. There's already continuity errors because it's called MVP2. Most Vertical Primate 2.
Yes.
But apparently the first one is called Most Valuable Primate.
Yes.
So this is Most Vertical Primate 1.
Fuck yeah, I guess.
Or Most Valuable Primate 2.
Well, I guess the issue is that it's just called MVP. No one's been like, oh, you want to see Most Valuable Primate? No, it's ridiculous.
No one's seeing this movie. I bought this because the cover is a chimpanzee wearing a shirt and shorts for some reason.
Absolutely.
Just getting some sweet air.
Listen, I like to say that there was a time in the early 2000s because we're now currently in the era of everything has to be a remake and we have to rehash IP. There's a Mr. and Mrs. Smith TV show coming out with Donald Glover, and then I don't know who the woman is. And so everyone's like, oh, why is everyone rehashing all these existing IPs? There was a brave time between 1999 and 2004 when
we were
movies
just making shit.
They weren't afraid to just be about a monkey on a skateboard.
Dude, they used to just make shit.
They did. They did. They just make. You know what? I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna fucking say it. It's superheroes. Superheroes ruined creation.
Wow.
I'll fucking say it.
Scorsese over here.
Listen, everyone was like, "Oh, you gotta have the laser beam eyes." I want to get back to a simpler time, a time when it could just be, "Oh, look at that! Look at that monkey!
Yeah, imagine.
He's not doing things monkeys should do."
Just a time where you could be a studio executive, drive past a skate park, and be like, what if that was a chimpanzee?
What if it was because it's not going to be a dog. It's not going to be you can't do air.
Bud? What are you trying to
I was trying to think of an Air Bud skateboarding. Air
I don't
Ollie.
know, a dog they call Oliver, and he's Ollie. Anyway, I'm going to read the back real quick.
Okay,
It'll be very fast.
Yeah.
It goes, Jack's back and going vertical. From the makers of Air Bud, it's the return of the wackiest chimp ever to trade his hockey skates for a skateboard?
Yep.
That's right. Jack's back. They say it twice.
Yep.
Jack's back, and this time around, he's cutting loose, getting radical, and going vertical. The monkey business begins when Jack is framed for something he didn't do.
Absolutely. And the natural response to get out of that is to skateboard your way out of it. I'm telling you, there was a time film was alive.
I love that it's one day Jack is framed for sexual assault and he's got to skate his way out.
And now he's got to do a very deep and detailed press junket on it.
It's so funny. Anyway, I had to buy it. It was so stupid.
The first one he plays hockey.
I know. Yeah.
He's fully a part of a hockey team.
I so want to know what he's framed for and why skateboarding gets him out of the judge is just this I'm sorry, this chimp's going away for murder, guys.
Yeah.
The kid's like, what if I train him to win the MLS?
What if he was rad as fuck? He's like, well, I can't say no to that.
Yeah. As George Washington had wanted it, if the defendant is rad as fuck, I can't sentence him to life.
Also, he's a monkey. Can he be
they just kill him.
Yeah, right.
There's no trial.
Like, how bad does the crime of a monkey have to be to get the death penalty?
You're right. So it's instead he's at a vet, and the guy's just like, "All right, I'm gonna put this thing down," and the kid's like, "What? Hold on, though."
Yeah. What? I love a matter of wait, hold up. I had an idea. All right, listen. Yeah.
What if this goofy guy was doing some tricks?
What if we got Tony Hawk for a movie and they're like, well, fucking can't say no to making money.
The vet's just like, you have 12 days to get this thing to do a McTwist or I'm killing it.
God damn it. Sometimes film was film.
Anyway.
What's your second transitionless topic?
I saw a video on Instagram today. Have you ever seen how they get bees out of like a house or out of a like hole in the ground?
Like smoke?
No, I saw a video. It was a bunch of wasps, like in a hole by someone's house, and a guy and his dog kept getting attacked by wasps. They find where they are. They're in this hole underground, and the guy, the like exterminator, like knocks on the top of the ground, like just bangs on it, and all the bees start coming out. There's a vacuum hose, like right by the hole. They all just get sucked into the vacuum. And the reason I want to bring it up, imagine you're just hanging out at your house one day and you hear a knock on the door.
You're like, oh, my HelloFresh is here. Yay.
You're like, oh, God, I'm in the middle of work. Hello. Oh, they're sucking me. They're sucking me, Dorothy. Dorothy, don't come out. Dorothy. He's just sucking you stuff.
It's on Amazon.
Oh, what is that?
Fuck, that must be terrifying.
So that's all. I just had to talk about it.
There's no way they don't die. All right. Me and Jen do have a lot to talk about today. Obviously, outside of most vertical primate and sucking off bees, we have not a lot happening like anime-wise. Like there was a couple of fun episodes. Do we want to do the Crunchyroll rewards at the end, or do we want to open with
That's
that?
probably like our main event, right?
So do we do like a couple of light anime topics before that? Okay. So this week I want to bring up something that we've talked about a little bit this week, and that is Mashle. Because Mashle, to me, I have two favorites from this season thus far, and neither of them is what anybody would really expect. And one of those favorites is Mashle. The second season for me is more fun than the first season, and it's probably for reasons that you wouldn't super love, because we've now established the cast of Mashle, and every single person in the cast is like the ex guy. It's like you have the degenerate. You have the woman who's in love with the main character. You have the sister lover. And it's like, they do it like kind of as like a meme to like...
Wait, hold on.
Oh, you heard me.
Wait a second.
Oh, the classic. You get those...
You got all the tropes.
It's like when you're making a ragu, you get the tomatoes, the tomato paste, the incest. You know it. You get it. Yeah. We're all yucking up. And so me and Stank, our lovely editor, have been trying to convince you to watch just the most recent episode, because while the show is usually just about like a guy without magic trying to make it in a magic world, this show does a really good job of like actually building like interesting and like dynamic circumstances. So like right now, the entire arc of this season is about him trying to become a divine visionary, which is like trying to think of like what the equivalent in another show would be. It's like becoming a Hashira, basically.
Okay, right.
He's like, he wants to like, he becomes
just a big boy.
The biggest boy in the magic world, essentially. And so he has no magic, and now everyone's found that out. But there's also like this fight, there was like an insane battle between two high-level magicians, and the animation was like Fate level for like 15 seconds. And I was just like, because it's like, the show is fine looking. It's not like, you're never like watching it and you're like,
Right.
they're going off, It's like a fun, it's a comedy anime. Yeah. And so like for like 15 seconds, it was like I was watching Fate. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And what I like about this and what separates, and I think where Harry Potter stumbled and where this succeeds so well is that like one is the anime aspect of it, because every single individual character in the Mashle universe has their own kind of magic. It's like, so everybody in Harry Potter, they're like, they have all access to the same fucking 40 spells.
Right.
Everybody in Mashle, it's like you have a magical affinity that's based off you as a person.
Right.
And it makes like them seem like a more compelling and separate character from the rest of the cast. And I think outside of the fact that the show is just very funny, it's doing that very well.
It is funny that like, it's both funny that Harry Potter has a bunch of wizards who can choose from like the same pool of spells. And at the same time, most anime the powers are hereditary.
Yeah.
Like Naruto's kind of not. Naruto does have a lot of hereditary jutsus, but there's also like base jutsus everyone can do.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think like all the Hyuga stuff, like anyone can do essentially except Byakugan. Right? Like you could do 1,000 palm strike.
You could learn, you could learn
like,
128 palms, but the entire purpose of 128 palms is to hit Tenketsu points.
That's true. But like, is like, are like Shikamaru's like shadow jutsus? Is that like
so what
hereditary?
they're called is they're called hidden jutsus.
Gotcha.
So hidden jutsus are a type of jutsus that pertain to either a certain clan or a certain region. So some are like nobody else can learn these, and others are just like, hey, only we use these. So like,
Right, exactly.
Please don't. Please don't.
I think that is to like kind of balance it.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if it's just like if everyone, like if in My Hero, everyone was doing like spells or whatever, and they like could each do any of them. If you're going up against Todoroki and he's doing ice shit, if Deku hasn't learned any fire magic, then it's like, what are you doing? Like, you know you're gonna come up against an ice guy. Like, learn some fire shit.
Fucking hit the books, kid.
Yeah.
But that's like so Harry Potter's about like who's got more magical output because you're using the same fucking same spells, right? So it's just like the laser beam battle.
Yeah.
But like with this, it's like way more interesting because it's like, oh, how does my magic counter yours in a way that's like comprehensive to who I am as a character.
Right.
So that's like I think Mashle does take a lot of things from Harry Potter, obviously, but at the same time, I think it is the better telling of that story based on what I've seen thus far.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very
so you need to
cool.
watch it.
Yeah.
Listen, if we do a game, your homework will be season 1 of Mashle.
That's fair.
I need you to know that right now.
I fully intended to watch the most recent episode. I just ran out of time.
Gotcha.
Is all.
Yeah.
But so because I like that idea. I want to watch like the most recent episode of an anime I'm not caught up on, and then just chat about that.
I kind of want to do that with like Kaguya-sama Love is War. Like I think
that'd be good. Yeah,
because it's like one of the most popular anime of all time, and neither of us have seen it.
Yeah.
So if we both just watched like the most recent like I think people would really enjoy that.
Let's do that and then act like we've seen all of them. Yeah.
And then
I
it's
like
make
that.
like horrific. Okay, we're gonna do that next episode, or maybe the next episode after that, because our next episode is gonna be our 1-year anniversary. It's gonna be episode.
I was cheering.
I don't think you were.
I didn't think that was.
I don't think you.
That really pierced me.
That was terrifying. I think you were going for a Jamaican air horn, and you just got injured animal.
What is a Jamaican air horn?
No.
Just an air horn that goes. Those are Jamaican?
I think that's what they're called. Yeah.
I thought it was just like that, but at the end it goes mon. You know, like I thought. Is that an okay joke?
Mon. Yeah, just out of nowhere. Fucking stupid as shit. All right, and then my other favorite from this season, which is something that I never thought I would say, because like the way I dictate my favorites is like, all right, let's say hypothetically, I haven't watched anime all week. I'm watching 4 anime seriously this season. So Metallic Rouge, Mashle, Delicious in Dungeon, Soul Leveling. You give me all 4 of those episodes. The 2 that I'm watching first are going to be my 2 favorites. So it's Mashle and then Delicious in Dungeon.
Why are you watching Delicious in Dungeon?
Fucking love Delicious in Dungeon. It's so, and now I know, because like now that I love Delicious in Dungeon, and I'm saying that I love Delicious in Dungeon, everyone's gonna be like, now you have to watch the I went to another world and I maxed out my cooking skill or whatever the fuck that one from like 2 seasons ago was.
Yeah.
And I know I probably should, but the animation is really pretty. The characters are funny. There's like kind of like subtle, compelling story. Like the entire show is dedicated to eating.
Right.
And it's like a matter of like, oh, they just get in different circumstances in which they have to eat.
Yeah.
But it's like compelling, character-driven arcs will happen in order to get them there.
Yeah.
And it's all based in kind of like a D&D-esque world where there's rogues, mages, tanks, all like everyone falls into a categorization. There's a bunch of different races. There's a bunch of animals. And it makes me happy.
What? I didn't understand that last word.
It makes me happy.
What is that? Like a disease?
Okay, so imagine.
Yeah.
Someone's like, "Oh, Danny, nice take, loser," and everybody goes, "You're the loser" to them. You know the feeling that elicits?
Right. Yes.
It's like that, but you get it from watching anime.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That's crazy.
It's wild.
Interesting. Do you feel like food anime is making a resurgence? Because I think it is. There's a lot.
There's one big one every season
There's
recently.
so
it feels
many
like.
goddamn food anime right now. There was that one with like the big wolf thing, like whatever it was called, like I'm in another world and cooking, blah blah blah.
Skill, yeah.
The one Daniel Duenas loved.
Yes.
There's that one. There's this one, Delicious in Dungeon. There's
The vending machine one.
the vending machine.
I don't know how food.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how food mentioned that one is. He's just like everyone's like I'm hungry. And it's like okay, fine. I'll
Yeah,
make Doritos. Oh, I tripped. Oh, don't take my innards.
Hey, vending boy, vend some more food, idiot. They just shove them.
Please, those are my organs.
But there's that one. There's one called like, "Are you ready for your torture now, princess?" Have you heard of that?
No.
It's like,
Danny,
what? Take it easy.
have you been mixing up the websites?
No, take
Have
it
you been
easy.
mixing up the websites?
God, I hope not.
I mean, listen.
God, I desperately hope not. There's one.
hentai on the big TV.
I don't remember if it's just a Where have I heard of this? I don't know. But like, it's basically just like someone's being tortured, but like the joke is that it's all like food-based stuff. Like the torturer just makes a delicious meal, and they're like, "You can eat this if you give us some info." I don't know how this sustains an entire show.
Okay, it's just called torture. Wait.
Please don't tell me this is porn. Please, Nick. Please,
no.
I can't.
It's on Manga Plus. It's on
Thank
Manga
God.
Plus. 'Tis Time for Torture, Princess. It is a manga that you can read on Viz, and it is, I don't know how many chapters. I don't have the Viz app. I only have Shonen Jump. Okay, it is 216 chapters long. Wait, no.
I don't know how some of these manga sustain their own premise.
Oh my god, it is. It's 200 and it's almost as long as JJK.
It makes no sense to me. But anime is coming out, I think.
Holy shit.
Yeah. But that's a food one. It's just that, I think, the entire manga.
That's fucking wild.
Isn't that nuts?
200. That's 4 years.
You know what? Maybe they still just make shit.
Yeah, only in Japan, baby. The last free country. Absolutely. But yeah, so Delicious in Dungeon is just like a lot of fun. The OP is also very good. And really what it comes down to it, you give me the 4 things I'm watching right now, it's the first thing I'm watching.
That's crazy.
I know.
That's fair, though, because this is such a slow season.
Thank God for Crunchyroll rewards.
Yeah, really,
Yeah.
We had nothing
Also,
else.
thank God for me to go in February. Like, I'm going to be gone all February.
True,
So
that is exciting.
you're getting interviews, baby. Listen, we'll talk about Soul Leveling, the 5 episodes we missed when I get back.
Do you want to talk about solo leveling now?
Maybe I do Crunchyroll first.
Sure.
Yeah? So, for those of you who don't know, Crunchyroll every year, is it every year? Yeah, it's every year.
Yeah.
Does their anime
the
awards.
Tri-yearly anime awards.
Yeah, I don't know if they did like a season thing.
No.
Every year they do their anime awards, and right now they put out their list for nominees. So here are all their categories. Anime of the Year, Best Continuing Series, Best New Series, Best Film, Best Original Anime, Best Animation, Best Character Design, Best Director, Best Cinematography, Best Art Direction, Best Romance, Best Comedy, Best Action, Best Fantasy, Best Drama. Wow, we really, they just could say, greatest.
Everything.
Just mix in the best, not the best, but the pinnacle.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it'd be pretty, embarrassing to be Best Fantasy, Best Drama, Good Slice of Life.
It's like the bar is low.
Yeah.
Best main character, best supporting character, must protect at all costs character, best anime song, best score, best opening sequence, best ending sequence, best voice artist performance Japanese, best VA performance English, best VA performance Castilian, which is
Where do you see Castilian?
below English.
Are you on Crunchyroll.Castilian?
I'm on Crunchyroll.com, and then they have it for Castilian, Latin, Spanish. Good for them for separating those two things. Portuguese, German, Italian,
I don't
Arabic,
see
and
any of
French.
that, so we're not going to talk about any of
God,
that.
no, we're not going to talk about any of those. So for Anime of the Year, and this is kind of the most important one, they have. How many of these have we seen, actually? So we've
seen all of them, but Bocchi the Rock.
And you know what sucks?
What?
I love the soundtrack from Bocchi the Rock.
Really?
I have almost all the songs saved on Spotify, and I was
God.
like, I need to watch this. And I just haven't.
I've never even heard any of the music.
Oh, it's just
But you know what we should do for this? Because we're not going to go over every category, but for the shows we haven't seen, let's just pretend.
That we know?
Yeah. Let's both lie when we haven't seen a show, because I don't know what you've seen and you don't know what I've seen. And we'll see if we can guess.
Oh.
Yeah.
From this point onwards. Gotcha. Okay. Who would you vote for here? So Bocchi the Rock.
Probably Bocchi the Rock. It was really good. I liked it.
You
I
love
liked
the
it a
story
lot.
of all the girls coming together to form a band.
Yeah, it's about a bunch of girls who form a band, and then I think they turn into angels sometimes.
They do.
To fight wizards.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, because the wizards are the bad guy this time.
Yeah,
It's actually,
I know, it's subversive.
it's an anime version of the Money Wizard Gang.
Money Wizard Gang.
It's a TikTok thing.
What are you talking about?
We love casting spells.
What are you talking about?
Fuck! Whatever. Anyways, you get it. Out of all of these, so Bocchi the Rock, Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, Swordsmith Village Arc. Let's be real.
All right,
Let's be real.
What's your anime of the year, and what do you think will win?
Can I do the rest of the things?
Yeah.
Chat's
What else were there?
not reading through this with
What
us.
else were there?
Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, Oshinoko, and Vinland Saga Season 2.
Got you. I thought you said them all.
I did not. There's 6.
Got you.
I'm gonna tell you right now what shouldn't be on this list. Swordsmith Village Arc should not be on this list. I understand that Demon Slayer is a testament to what animation could look like.
Yeah.
It is like it's not Demon Slayer's best season.
No, for sure.
And I just don't think I think there's
What should replace it though?
from this year.
Yeah. Blue Lock count?
Blue Lock, was that this year?
Don't know.
I'm trying to think of last season. What I really enjoyed from last season was Trigun Stampede. I would put on here probably over that. I'm trying to think of all the things that came out this year. I watched so much goddamn anime. And like trying to think of like something that really impressed me.
Pluto?
Pluto would be a good thing.
Blue Eye Samurai is not.
No,
Japanese.
it's not Japanese. Out of all of these, I say I'm probably going JJK season 2. I'm a fucking basic, but I would not. I would say second place for me, Oshinoko.
Really?
Here's the thing. I understand not liking Oshinoko, especially with the recent finds of the manga and how deeply incestuous everything has become.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it's gotten weird.
It's wildly not shocking.
Yeah, it happens. It always happens eventually. But as a YouTuber, seeing everything like and knowing what behind the scenes looks like, I felt so represented by this show, and it was done so well. I thought it was interesting, and the fact that it started with one of the most ridiculous, gross, weird premises of all time and managed to recover and tell one of like the most intriguing stories about like Japanese Hollywood and like idol culture, I thought was really fascinating. So I'm going JJK season 2. I think what it accomplished is one of the most impressive things in anime ever.
Yeah.
But Oshinoko is definitely probably my number 2 spot. What about you?
I think JJK season 2 is going to win.
Yeah.
And I agree that it's like one of the most impressive, if not the most impressive feat of animation of all time. I think Chainsaw Man's my favorite of the year on this list.
It's fair.
Because it's
I cannot believe that came out this year.
it like didn't. I remember last year. Last year we were like, where's Chainsaw Man? They don't count like, I guess
if it's
the
winter,
end
if
of-
it's
it bleeds over into this one. So it was like a November release last year. It just like, I don't know, I felt Chainsaw Man made me feel more than any of these.
Yeah.
Like JJK, awesome action, spectacular animation. It didn't win me over in terms of characters. Bocchi the Rock, I didn't feel a damn thing the entire
You were actually
series.
Shadow Money Wizard Gang. You were on their side.
I guess.
Yeah. Mhm. You know it.
But so yeah, Chainsaw Man's my favorite of the year. JJK's going to win.
Gotcha. Best continuing series. That's Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, One Piece, Spy Family, Vinland Saga. I mean, JJK is going to win this one too, right? I mean, that's like, I feel like if JJK is on the list, it's going to win it.
Best continuing series?
Yeah.
No One Piece? Oh, One Piece.
One Piece is there.
That'll win it. This has been the biggest year ever for One Piece.
Fuck, you're right. It has been Gear 5. It's been
Literally the biggest year ever.
end of Wano. I think if anybody deserves it and it's not JJK, it's One Piece.
I feel like the past, 5 years of my life, and to be fair, I only got into, making anime content, 2 years ago. Past 5 years, I haven't heard dick about One Piece. It had been coming out.
Because
this
for the
past year is gigantic.
For the past almost 4 years, they've been in Wano. So Wano's over 200 episodes and it comes out once a week. So
Yeah. I think One Piece wins this one.
I mean, I could definitely see One Piece ending this. I once again have to put my vote on JJK. I'm just not caught up with One Piece.
I'd prefer JJK because it made the biggest improvement from season 1.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Comeback player of the year, JJK.
Yeah, huge, most vertical primate, JJK.
Oh, fucking A, right. I could also see Attack on Titan definitely winning some. Oh, wait, no, it's Final Chapters Special 1.
Like, shut up.
So it's not even what
I will never vote for Attack on Titan for
Yeah, no,
anything.
fuck
I
off.
hate, except Score. All right, best new series. I gotta do Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw
Decent
Man.
competition on here, though.
So, Bocchi the Rock, Chainsaw Man, Heavenly Delusion, Hell's Paradise, Oshinoko, Zom 100, Bucket List of the Dead. You know what? Good for Zom 100.
Yeah,
good
right?
For,
Yeah.
Good for Zom 100 to get on there. That's a win.
Yeah.
That's a win in their book.
The
They're going to get like
underdogs.
4 votes, but good for them.
Little bug films.
Absolutely. I got to probably also agree with you there, actually. Heavenly Delusion was really fucking good. Tengoku Daimakyo, for those of you who know it in Japanese. It was really good. It was one of the most unique watches of the year. I think they only dropped 13 episodes. Managed to tell a really compelling story about characters that you didn't understand until like 6 or 7 episodes into the actual anime itself. So I would say if I wasn't going to go with Chainsaw Man, which I absolutely am, Heavenly Delusion or Oshinoko. Hell's Paradise just disappointed me.
Yeah, it seemed to disappoint like everybody. Everyone was so lukewarm the second it came out, and it doesn't help that it came out like right next to Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, I didn't dislike it. It was just
Yeah.
like you could tell that Mappa didn't put their big boy crew on it, you know?
Right, yeah.
And I just feel like the colors are muted. The pacing was fine. It's just I didn't fall in love with the art style, and so that was kind of a differentiator for me. All
Are
right.
you voting?
No.
That's why I was looking at my phone right now. I just like logged in to start voting.
Got you.
I'm voting on all these.
Best film, we have Black Clover, Sword of the Wizard King, Blue Giant, Kaguya-sama Love is War, The First Kiss That Never Ends, Psychopath Providence, Suzume, and The First Slam Dunk.
I don't know what Blue Giant is, but it's by Nut.
You know Blue Giant?
No, what is it?
I thought, Danny.
What?
It's about a basketball.
Fuck.
It's about a basketball player who plays the saxophone, Daniel.
Damn it. Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Blue Giant is about a basketball player who like falls in love with jazz and plays the saxophone.
I already broke my rule of pretending I've seen
Which
all
was
these.
wild.
but
If anybody was sticking to the bit, it
I
should have
know.
been you, Danny.
But also, have you seen it?
yeah.
Fuck, I don't know now. I can't.
Yeah. I'm incepting you. Oh, you're in a fucking blender now, baby.
Wow. Because it was made by Nut,
Uh-huh.
Blue Giant's my pick.
I was also made by Nut.
Nice. True.
Yeah.
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 Hey. Amen, brother.
Hey,
I'll
ding,
drink
ding,
to
ding.
that.
Yeah. The straws keep getting black mold in them.
Ugh.
Yeah, not good.
Horrifying.
Yeah, I might
That's
have
my
a shorter
biggest
life
fear.
than I anticipated.
That's my biggest fear. Suzume was not great.
I
No-
also didn't love Suzume.
No Boy and the Heron. How about that? Crunchyroll
Too late?
is so annoying.
Is it out?
I think it's too late.
Too late?
But it released in Japan like months
ago.
ago.
The fuck?
Crunchyroll is so annoying. I don't
Is it not anime? Like, because it's not like Crunchyroll anime, you know?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't
It's
know
weird.
either.
Have you ever seen Psychopaths, the show?
People want me to watch it so badly.
We've both seen the movie.
Yeah.
But have you seen the show?
No.
Me neither.
People want me to watch it desperately bad.
Yeah.
But the movie I thought was a step up. I thought the animation was definitely there. I like how they all passed their psycho test.
Yeah, they're all, for sure.
Yeah.
I can't come up with a better bit than that.
Yeah, thank you.
That's good.
I'm voting for Black Clover, Sword of the Wizard King. It was fucking gasoline.
I'm voting for Blue Giant by Nut.
Good. So best original anime. We've seen all these. So there's Akiba
As
Maid
we always
War,
do.
of course. That was me and you spent a lot of time talking about that.
Yeah.
Birdie Wing season 2. We've been so vocal
Crop
about.
top, golf chick.
Yeah, we've been very vocal about how much we watch that. Buddy Daddies, which we actually very much did.
That's probably
watch and enjoy.
mine.
Yeah. Do It Yourself, which is what Dorothy says to me at 12 at night. I'm gonna end that one right there.
Damn, I was going to say, this is the censored title. It used to be Go Fuck Yourself.
Yeah, there we go. Mobile Suit Gundam, The Witch from Mercury, and The Marginal Service, which is what I say in 3-star Yelp reviews.
You're on fire.
I'm fucking heated right now, dude. Oh my god.
Off the cuff. The Marginal Service is sick. It's very cool. It's a very high card.
Yeah.
In that I haven't watched it.
Stick with the bit, motherfucker.
It
My
looks
god,
cool.
it's Improv 101.
It looks cool, doesn't it?
Oh my god.
Well, because I wanted to talk about I didn't know how to do the bit while being like, hey, I actually might check this one out. Never mind, I think it's porn.
You think it's porn?
This is what happened when I looked it up.
Oh.
It's a bunch of dudes naked as hell.
Marginal Service.
The Marginal Service is an original Japanese television series.
This looks horribly animated, mind you.
It looked cool in the thing. It's about like...
This is a male strip show.
Yeah, is it like Magic Mike? What
I think they're
this?
firefighters?
This has horrible reviews.
Does it really?
Yeah, it's got like a 5 out of 10 on.
Oh my god, it does have a 5.5 on my anime list. A
Foolhardy
4.8.
police officer Brian Knight Raider is dismissed from the force for a history of reckless behavior that ultimately results in his partner's death. What is this?
I guess there's just not that many original anime that come out every year. Like, it's like
that's what it feels like.
we're just scraping the bottom of the barrel here.
Because I also don't know, or I mean, never mind. Whatever. It's Buddy Daddies.
Mobusu Gundam: The Witch from Mercury is actually really good, though.
You've seen it?
Yeah, it's the first Gundam TV show with a female lead ever.
Wow.
And so that was like actually like very big in the Gundam universe. And it's not based off a manga because all the mangas are very male focused. But yeah, it's Buddy Daddies. Buddy Daddies is fucking awesome.
I can't believe Birdie Wing is like
Season
still
2
cooking.
already.
Yeah, like just flying off the shelves.
I mean, I guess they don't have to wait for a manga to be adapted. They're just ripping off golf stories.
I guess so. All right, this
is where it gets spicy.
This is both a big competition and also no competition at all. Best animation.
I'm very curious though, because I could make an argument for every single
what I mean.
person on this list.
I like. There's an argument for all of these.
Let's go over it. So, Attack on Titan final season, chapter one.
1, no argument.
Not Attack on Titan.
No
If it was the
chance.
second one, absolutely,
Yeah.
I would say it deserves to be there. Chainsaw Man, the Swordsmith Village arc, Jujutsu Kaisen season 2, Mob Psycho 103, and Trigun Stampede.
I think we can also get Chainsaw Man off of here because even though it blew me away at the time, I think like it's stunning animation. It's incredible. I think JJK, because it's from Appa and because it's borderline the same art style, like I'm like, if JJK season 2 is on here, like why even debate Chainsaw Man? It's just
because it's the same
less
thing, but
animated.
with more movement.
Yeah, it's the exact same art style. It's like I think the same director, but a little worse than season 2 of JJK.
I'm willing to go with that. Yeah, I would say so. The biggest one for me, honestly, is the differentiation between Swordsmith Village arc.
Yeah.
Obviously less fight heavy than other seasons and therefore like not as well animated, one would say, but probably the smoothest blend of 2D with 3D animation like CGI I've ever seen. Like the wooden dragons, the giant fish, everything like it was, the CGI was so good, it was almost uncanny valley.
It like that's your favorite phrase ever.
Yeah.
It like
It's the internet's favorite phrase nowadays.
Yeah. It like the CGI was like obvious, like you knew it was there, but it fit in the world so well. And and also just like the last episode's gorgeous when he's fighting Huntengu.
Yeah.
So Swordsmith Village has a high chance. JJK obviously.
Trigun
Mob Psycho Part 3 is on here, which is crazy.
Because it was winter 2023.
Right.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Because I haven't seen it, but Part 2 is spectacular.
Yeah, there's the beginning of it is super intense, and then like because season 3 didn't have that much manga to adapt, there's like a couple of episodes that are like they're just nothing, you know. But in the beginning, there's a couple of fights that like will blow your fucking socks off, and then the end is also really crazy. It's Mob going crazy, and like every sorcerer from the story ever trying to battle against him. I would say it's good. It's like it's One Punch Man at its highest level, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's better than JJK or Chainsaw Man. It's a very tough out for me, but mostly because of just the fact that like I'm used to it from Mob. Like that's the thing. I'm used to it from Mob. So it's like part of me is like, just another Mob Psycho season. So like it might be recency bias that I'm saying JJK, but at the same time, Trigun Stampede deserves to be on this list.
Yeah,
because it's
for sure.
Outside of things like Beastars, and it's like probably one of the greatest ever CGI, like Beastars and Kengan Ashura are the only two IP from anime you could put in front of me that I would say can bang with Trigun Stampede in terms of a CGI production.
Yeah. We've said multiple times this is an anime, but Blue Eyed Samurai also like redefined what I will accept out of like 3D animation. Like, because I'm like, anytime something's like CG animated, I'm like, oh, what like I kind of prefer 2D. Like Blue Eyed Samurai was never complaining for a second.
Yeah.
Which again, not anime, but like just showing how technology is progressing. And I agree, Trigun Stampede like belongs on this list.
So who do you go with ultimately?
I think like still JJK. It's just
right.
Yeah,
it's gotta be.
It was relentlessly.
There was
good.
like multiple episodes where I'm like, that is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. Do we do best character design? Because I hate this category.
I don't,
because it's not really up to the anime.
No, it's just like, cool. Like they were drawn well in the manga and we adapted them.
Yeah.
If I had to choose from this, it's Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer, Hell's Paradise, Jujutsu Kaisen, Oshinoko, Trigun Stampede, Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man? Everyone's just in a suit.
Unless they're fucking hybrids or devils.
I'd go. Yeah, that's true. I'd go. I don't know. Like, I kind of like Oshinoko is pretty cool. I don't know. Trigun, I don't know. I just don't know. They all belong on here, but at the same time, it's like the manga, not the anime really doing it.
Yeah, it's like, okay, congratulations.
Other
you
than
colored in the
Trigun,
lines.
actually. Trigun Stampede's the only one that really changes them all.
True. Vax looks different. Nicholas Wolfwood looks different. Everyone looks different.
I'll vote for Trigun just for that.
Yeah, Trigun, actually. That's good. That's a good vote, actually. I like that. Best director, this one feels like
JJK.
Yeah, mop up. It's one of the best directing jobs I've ever seen in anime, period.
Yeah.
Go on. Hidden inventory arc, like the directorial choices become less obvious in the Shibuya incident, but that's just because it's so content heavy. Those first 6 episodes, the directorial touch is so clear and evident, and it's perfect.
If JJK wasn't on this, it'd be Chainsaw Man. Because that is another one where I'm like, oh, this is such an artistic deviation from the manga to the point where people are like,
we
mad
want it done
about
by
it.
Trigger. Yeah. And it's like, you're being ridiculous.
Best cinematography?
Best cinematography.
Like, what does this even mean in like animation? And again, in animation that's adapted from manga, like.
Yeah, I would, the way I would extrapolate it is, I guess I would say it's like how you frame shots.
Yeah, I guess so.
But once again, I would.
It's the prettiest. Like wrap this into best animation.
Right.
Like, whatever, JJK.
Yeah, JJK probably. Best art direction. Now, this one is actually interesting to me because I think if I was, so it's Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer, Hell's Paradise, Jujutsu Kaisen, Oshinoko, Zom 100.
Let's go, Zom 100.
If I actually had to vote best art direction, it'd probably be Zom 100.
Really?
Because they made a lot of artistic choices. Like the blood is all like, like graffiti colors and all of that. I like the art style a lot. It's smooth. Everything's blended well. And I just like, there's a bunch of moments throughout it where I was like, oh, this is like artistically done. And I like the way they went about it.
I like that.
I wouldn't say Jujutsu Kaisen, like obviously like if it was just the hidden inventory arc, I'm like, that was art. Yeah. Everything in the Shibuya incident, I was like, that's fucking fire. It's incredible. But it's not like artsy necessarily. Like there's moments where it's like Maharaga walking through like Sukuna's domain expansion. That was artful. It's definitely not Swordsmith Village arc. That wasn't artful.
I was about to be like, they should describe what they mean by art direction. They do. Art direction involves all things visual to create the look and feel of an anime.
Oh, so animation.
Color, right? Yeah. Like fucking color design and animation style are some of the considerations, as the tiniest of details must be kept in mind. So like, I guess animation is like how like fluidity and like movement and stuff, but like, and then this is like, I guess the color choice and shit. What Zom 100 is a good vote. I respect that. Yeah.
I'm skipping best romance because, well, we've seen every single one of them. It's been a while since we watched them.
Yeah. Correct.
And so,
it's obviously
it's obviously
JJK.
It's obviously my love story with Yamada-kun at level 999. Best comedy: Bocchi the Rock, Buddy Daddies, Mashle, Spy Family, Yorosei Yatsura, and Zom 100, Bucket List of the Dead. Would you call Zom 100 a comedy?
Zom 100 is strictly a comedy.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. That's very fair, yeah.
I'm so interested to hear what you say. Mine's obviously Bocchi, but what? You're making the worst face I've ever seen.
Here's the thing.
Nick is just like, Nick's face is like being sucked into his mouth.
I got like the lemon warhead face. Here's the thing. Mashle is funnier than Buddy Daddies. Buddy Daddies is better on a season by season basis than Mashle.
By its one single season?
Yeah, so if like you give me like, hey, it's either 12 episodes of this, 12 episodes of that, I'm choosing Buddy Daddies.
What about Spy Family?
So it's season 1, core 2, which is basically the tennis arc. There's like the tennis arc, and there's a couple of other things that happen in there. Spy Family's fucking incredible. Spy Family's probably gonna win, but if I had to vote for best comedy, I'd say Mashle makes me laugh more than anything else on this list.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do Buddy Daddies. And mine's the only one that matters because I'm voting.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm reading the
Buddy
categories
Daddies.
out loud for everybody.
Yeah, well.
So I'm also doing some work. Best action, we have Attack on Titan, Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War Arc, The Separation, which is part 2, Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer, Swordsmith Village Arc, JJK Season 2, One Piece.
It's not a competition, right?
I mean, if you're talking from like a strictly action standpoint, like the amount of action packed into a season, it is TYBW. But like, if you're saying like which of these has the best action,
I mean,
it's
yeah,
JJK.
it's definitely not quantity.
Yeah. If you're saying quantity, it's Bleach for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, so definitely JJK. I do think like,
You can make an argument for One Piece though.
could you?
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
We have like there's like Zoro versus the King of Hell, Sanji versus the Queen of Hell or something like that.
This year?
Yeah, and then there's Kaido versus Luffy in the Gear 5 and all that. That all happened this year.
I guess so. I don't know. I mean, yeah,
There's also
I haven't
just the
seen it.
sheer fucking the fact that there's been 52 episodes of it this
Yeah.
year, right? Like, so it's like there's as much action as you can pack into One Piece as possible. Okay.
Best fantasy. Ranking of Kings is on here.
Ranking of Kings is on there, which we've seen. We've seen season 2.
Yeah, of course, of
we
course.
both watch it.
And
We knew
or
it was
this
out.
movie, depending on whatever the treasure chest of courage is.
Of course, yeah. So, best fantasy is Demon Slayer. I really like. There's nothing I would give. Maybe Demon Slayer, Hell's Paradise, Mashle, Mashuka Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation Season 2, Ranking of the Kings, Treasure Chest of Courage, and the Ancient Magic's Bride Season 2, which is a thing I've heard about for a long time.
Yeah, true. Me too.
I've heard about it like tangentially.
Season 2. I feel like I've heard about Ancient Magus Bride
For like
since birth.
What feels like a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's just because every time, maybe like season 2 took a long time to come around or something like that. I would have to say best fantasy out of all of these, Mashle, because I literally just said earlier this episode where I love the fact that everybody has their own individual power systems.
Wow.
What?
It's Demon Slayer.
It's just Swordsmith's Village Arc.
Yeah.
Just Swordsmith's
It's
Village
still
Arc.
good. It's just not,
I'm not saying
as good.
I'm not saying it's not good.
I can't imagine Mashle being better than any season of Demon
if you
Slayer.
had to, if you're like, hey, you can either watch Swordsmith's Village Arc or the first 12 episodes of Mashle, I'm taking the first 12 episodes of Mashle.
Wow.
I didn't dislike Swordsmith's Village Arc. It's just like I'm
can't-
never gonna rewatch it.
I just can't imagine.
Yeah,
Wow. All right.
it's just not for you. Best
Best
drama,
drama.
Attack on Titan. Sure, put it on everything. Fucking yeah, drama. Why not?
Yeah, I know. I guess it's drama. Like, what else is it? I guess action.
Action.
Yeah. True.
Like, it's a drama because the characters are mad at each other. Like,
So it's
fucking, is Naruto a drama?
Vinland Saga, To Your Eternity, Happy Marriage, Heavenly Delusion, Attack on Titan, Oshinoko. Oshinoko? I'll do Vinland Saga just because I love Vinland Saga.
I cannot believe To Your Eternity Season 2 made this list.
Yeah.
Oh my god, people hated it. People hated it.
I didn't like a single second of
To Your Eternity? How far did you get in?
5 episodes.
That's actually that's far enough.
That's pretty thick into it.
That's far enough for
It's
sure.
so like, just like, I don't know. Everyone's like, this will rock you. This is devastating. It's so just like tier bait.
It is.
And I'm like, I don't know, like whatever. This little kid.
It's kind of boring.
Yeah,
it's
it's
definitely
so
kind of
boring.
boring. And then it's like, oh, we spend 5 episodes with each character, and then like either they die or they stick with the story, and it's like, I don't know. There's times it's like incredible, and there's times where like I could be doing literally anything else. So the fact that season 2 got on here is wild.
Yeah.
Vinland Saga season 2,
Yeah,
by far and away.
for sure. I just ordered.
That's a drama. That is a drama.
Yeah, that is a hard drama.
Right?
You're right. Yeah. No, I agree. So is Oshinoko, I'd say.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
I just pre-ordered Vinland Saga's like big Berserk like deluxe edition. Comes out in February.
Nice.
Like the $50 like
Yeah.
leather version. Very hyped about that. I fucking love Vinland Saga.
And then we're gonna skip best slice of life
because it's Pochi the Rock, of course.
Yeah, because we already knew it was going to be Skip and Loafer. Best main character. So speaking of Bochi, that's going to be Bochi and Denji, Eren Yeager, Mob, Monkey D. Luffy, and Thorfinn. How many times do you think Monkey D. Luffy has been elected for this category?
That's the thing is that like is One Piece just on this every year? Because I
least-
don't think so.
Best ongoing. It's every single
every year.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm like, for like best ongoing, I promise you it's One Piece this year because I don't think One Piece is usually in this many categories. Like I don't think Luffy was on it best main character
I don't think he
last
was.
year.
No, I don't think he was on it.
That's what I mean. Like I think One Piece is really.
It was a big
sucking
year
it
for
in.
Luffy. If I had to vote out of all of these characters, putting Denji and Thorfinn on the same list is fucking rude. Because those are two incredible characters for quite literally as opposite reasons as possible.
Yeah, I like Vinland Saga. I almost don't like referring to as an anime because I feel like there's just a gap of quality in between Vinland Saga and every other anime that's ever existed.
Like Vinland Saga is a story. It's like a passed down verbal story from thousands of years. Like the speakers from fucking Castlevania have preserved this story.
It's a literary work of art.
Literally. And
so you go Thorfinn?
I just because if I don't, I'd be like, that's ridiculous.
Who do you think is gonna win? Is it Luffy or is it Eren?
It's gonna be Eren.
Yeah?
It's gonna be fucking Eren.
I don't know. I wonder if I feel like the Eren talk is less strong than the Luffy talk right now.
You think it's gonna be Luffy?
I wonder if
because here's the thing. Here's the thing about voting for Luffy as best main character. Sure, he unlocked Gear 5. Still the same dude. Nothing's changed.
I wonder if Eren wins it this year, I would put money on him not winning next year. I think people won't give a shit about Attack on Titan anymore by next year.
And what's annoying about this is it's Eren Yeager from part 1, not part 2.
Nobody cares.
And part 2 is the much more compelling Eren Yeager section.
Yeah.
And part 1 he's still he's just bones.
Yeah.
He's just bone guy. And so it's all right, cool. Eren is killing people and that's compelling to us for some reason. What's also annoying is putting him next to Mob because I fucking love Mob.
Yeah.
But I feel like if I go with Thorfinn, I'll be betraying myself here.
Thorfinn it is.
Yeah.
Best supporting character.
Oh,
We got
fucker.
Reagan from Mob Psycho. Hanj from Attack on Titan. Which
that's before she. No,
that's when she.
Yeah.
Which we'll get into that a little because I think it's dumb. Kana Arima from Oshinoko. Which
she's
one
the one with the red hair.
Got you. Power from Chainsaw Man. Satoru Gojo
and Suguru Geto.
And Suguru Geto.
That's wild. I guess which one would you say is the main character? That's fair.
Yeah.
Because during the hidden inventory arc, they're co-main protagonists.
No Yuji.
Yuji's a main character.
Yeah, he wasn't on it.
Oh, for the main character list?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, but it's not the Shibuya incident. Or is it the Shibuya?
It is.
That's wild.
It for sure is.
Wait, the fact that fucking...
Because otherwise it would say hidden inventory.
The fact that part 1 Eren Yeager makes it over Yuji makes me very upset. That makes me very... Because that's literally Shibuya Incident is his growth. That's him coming in to be the character that he is.
Isn't that crazy?
That's wild. That's disrespectful.
Wow. I don't know about this.
This was hard for me.
Hanj should not be on
Hanj is a terrible... If you choose Hanj, you're weird.
That's what I mean. That's why I'm these aren't analytical picks.
No.
It's just... I don't know. It's nonsense. It's like having Sasha on it last year.
It's just oh yeah,
I'm
about to say a spoiler.
A big moment.
Yeah, I'm about to say a spoiler. Oh, you kicked it. You know, here's your pity vote.
Yeah,
exactly. If I can
exactly.
get up on there.
Just because she died and had a cool final stand doesn't make her a good character.
Yeah, she's very much in the background the entire time. She's a cool character, but I wouldn't put her against all of these other people. Kana also is not even the most compelling side character in all of Oshinoko.
I feel that way about Power. Where's Aki?
Oh, if I had to choose somebody, it'd be Power.
Really?
I love Powie. It's personal though. It's so personal.
I like her, but in terms of or I don't Himino, someone with
like a real backstory.
Yeah, a real.
You haven't read the manga.
Power had a cool backstory. I know she was in the woods being feral, eating cows. I just mean Power didn't have a ton of impact in this season Himino and Aki did.
You're right. At a certain point, Power becomes so integral to Denji's story.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's so, and I'm just taking season 1 into consideration. She doesn't deserve to be on the list thus far.
Yeah.
I fucking love Regan.
I also love Regan.
Love Regan so he's my favorite part of Mob Psycho.
He's spectacular.
But he also, if it had to.
Wow, Nick is Tolan.
This is tough because I love Power. Yeah. The second I looked at the list and I saw Power's name, I was like, oh, it's got to be Power. I love Reagan. Reagan literally, he doesn't carry Mob Psycho, but he's one of the most compelling people in it. But it's got to be Satoru Gojo or Suguru Geto. They have.
Well, it's funny because I'm the same where I'm man, do I do Reagan? And Power, I even just to support Chainsaw Man, I'm almost considering. But even once you like narrow it down to just a JJK one,
Yeah.
it almost becomes a harder decision.
Because you're like, who's the more compelling character out of Geto
Yeah.
or Gojo? Because they are the same character, but two sides of the same coin who go on
Yeah.
a counterbalancing journey and end up exactly where the other one started.
I feel like Ghetto's hardly in it this season.
I mean, he's one of the main characters of the hidden inventory arc.
Yeah, but Gojo, I don't know. I feel
But
like Gojo does a
his
little more.
presence is still around through
Well, right.
Kenjaku,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
Well-
like, but it's not him, right? Like he's dead and gone. I'm gonna go with Gojo
I'll do
personally.
Gojo. Yeah, me too. Man, it like little image of Gojo shows up, and I'm like, oh, I loved this season.
Yeah, like I made the right choice.
God, I miss it.
Must protect at all cost characters: Anya Forger, Hitori Bochi from Bochi the Rock, Boji from Ranking of Kings, Mira Unasaka from Buddy Daddies, or Miri Unasaka from Buddy Daddies, Pochita from Chainsaw Man, and Suelita Mercury from Mobile Suit Gundam: The Witch from Mercury.
Dude, you give me the opportunity, I'll fucking kill Miri myself.
For Pochita.
For Anya or Boji, not Pochita. Pochita's like,
Wait, you'll kill Miri yourself?
I'd kill Miri. I'll strangle that bitch in a heartbeat. I hate Miri.
Only a 4-year-old.
I hate her.
But you were like, oh, this child is being so like stupid. 4 years old, abandoned by her parents.
So obnoxious. I hate that chick.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm voting for Mary.
Wow.
I'm voting for Mary.
Well, I know that you're not voting at all, so that eases my
maybe when
conscience.
people go to these polls
Yeah.
and I sway their opinions to go with Miri.
True, everybody go vote, by the way. Voting is the most important duty that
You
we
gotta
as
get
Americans
to the polls,
have.
all right? We can't let the fucking...
You have to Pokemon go to the polls, as Hillary had said. Do you remember when she said that?
Oh, absolutely. It was incredible. And then she lost. Yeah, and that's why
and
she
then
lost.
not enough people Pokemon, went
to the yeah, fucking, and now we have Power World, ladies and gentlemen. Actions have consequences.
Got a pal world to the polls.
Yeah, it doesn't work as well, unfortunately. Yeah, no, I would go with Miri, mostly because of how Buddy Daddies ends, seeing her all grown up,
That's good.
and them having a restaurant.
I like
Incredible.
that. I love, I haven't seen Core 2. I can't imagine Anya gets worse.
She's still adorable. She's
I'll do
great.
Boji, actually. I fucking love Boji.
Boji's, I mean, it's a safe bet.
Yeah, Boji's more, like, Anya's capable, which I like, and she's very, like, I love Anya. Anya's a 10 out of 10. But Boji has such pain in him.
Oh, yeah.
While still being unbelievably optimistic.
He's an inspirational story.
Yeah, he's awesome. I think Pochita is the most obnoxious, like, thing ever. I hate that Pochita's in one episode of the show, and it's like all the merch. It's everyone's personality. Like, I won't say names. We know people who were like, oh, I got the Pochita merch. I got this and that. Like, I'm fucking Pochita all day, baby. And it's like, he's in one episode.
Go ahead and grab that shoe for me.
Oh, God.
Grab the shoe.
It's you. I forgot it's you.
Grab the shoe for me. Show the camera, Daniel. You want to subtweet me, Daniel? You want to subtweet me on my own goddamn podcast?
That was embarrassing of me.
For anybody who doesn't, is not currently watching, Danny just picked up my Pochita slippers.
Slipper. It's just like, do you remember Claude from Elemental?
The fuck is Elemental?
Elemental was a Disney movie, like Pixar movie that came out last year about immigration and like a fire woman falls in love with a water man and it doesn't work. You remember that? None of this clicking?
Elemental's about immigration?
Yeah.
I thought it was about like emotions.
No, that's Inside Out.
I don't fucking know. I'm not a child.
They're all.
I'm not a child.
Yeah, as we vote for best cartoon.
All I watched was fucking Miss Kraken's high school substitute teacher or whatever the fuck it was called.
Miss Kraken
Fucking
goes to school.
Goes to school and princess.
Yeah, Ruby Fishman, teenage broad. Like, teenage
That's what I
trout.
stuck to. Fucking real cinema.
No, but the marketing for Elemental was all like, it was like, yo, wait until you fuckers see Claude. And it's this little like dabbing, like 10-year-old dirt boy. and he's in it for like a minute. Like he's not in the movie at all. That's Pochita.
That's what Star Wars is now.
Yeah.
Is they introduced that fucking...
come see Porgs.
Yeah, and it's like, cool, they're on Luke Skywalker's planet, and then he dies of being tired. And it's like, what the fuck are we doing? They're just trying to sell merch. And it works very well.
Okay, here's the thing. I have a qualm with the next 3 categories.
Oh, God, okay.
They should be one category.
Oh, my God, should they be one category?
Or 2, best opening sequence and best anime song. If I swear these are about to be the same fucking list.
Like, I don't like, how do you...
It's the same list.
That's so stupid. Like, what we're talking about, like, the best anime song. I'm supposed to be listening to a song that plays halfway through episode 7.
I know.
So stupid. Anyways, best anime song. Idol by
Oshinoko.
Yeah, Idol. Yeah, so Oshinoko's opening. Kickback, which is Chainsaw Man's opening. Seishun Complex, which is Bocchi the Rock's opening, which kicks ass.
Yeah.
Suzume by the Rad Wimps, who are one of my favorite bands of all time, or at least they used to be. Their music is kind of like, I don't know, poppy now.
Suzume had great music. I don't know what this song is though.
Where Our Blue is that Iman Mo Ana.
I have no idea. Where is You Are My Special, cowards?
There's just simply no way You Are My Special
Dude,
is gonna be the song from JJK.
You're insane. I love You Are My Special.
Where Our Blue is.
Don't play it too loud.
Yeah. It's
right.
the
Nice.
hidden inventory one. Oh, that's gotta be my vote.
Really?
And then Work, which is Hell Paradise's opening. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'll vote for that.
Wait, no, Where Our Blue is. Hold up, wait. This is the first opening.
Is it?
No, wait. Boy, that's the first opening.
I have no idea.
Now I'm confused.
I just don't know.
Because all of JJK's music comes from one guy, Tatsuya Kitani. He's like a Japanese rock artist. He makes fucking kick-ass music. You know what? I'm going to zig when I should have zagged. It's Idol.
Yeah.
Oshinoko's opening slaps.
I don't even remember. Not the Bocchi the Rock one? You were so hot on that.
It's very good. It's not their best song.
Wow.
Anudo is their best song on Bocchi the Rock by far and away.
I'm going to vote for Kickback. It's the only one I remember.
I don't even remember Kickback.
Me neither.
You just want Chainsaw Man to win.
It's the one I remember liking.
Okay, so we're skipping best openings, or should we...
Well, best score is different. We should skip best opening because it's the same fucking list.
Okay, best score is Attack on Titan, Bocchi the Rock, Chainsaw Man, Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer, Oshinoko, and Suzume.
Either Chainsaw Man or Attack on Titan, right?
It's Bocchi the Rock. It's literally it's an anime about music.
I guess Bocchi the Rock.
It's an anime about a rock band.
You're right, voted.
All right, best
opening
ending sequence I can get behind. So the ending sequences are Akari, which is Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2's ending.
Hidden Inventory ending.
Is that one?
Yeah, this is the only time it specifies Hidden Inventory.
Okay, I do not remember that one at all. Happiness of the Dead, which is Zom 100s, which was fun. Then there was Hawatari Nico Senti, which is 200.
Which is fucking one of the Chainsaw Man ones.
I don't remember that one at all.
Every episode ends with a different ending, so who knows?
Oh, really?
Remember?
Oh, it does, you're right.
Yeah, they're all different, so I don't know what one this is.
And then there's Koi Kagure, which is Demon Slayer Season 2, the Source with Village Arcs ending. And then there was Queen Bee, which is Oshinoko's ending. And then there was Color, which is Spy Family, Season 1, Core 2. I gotta go with Spy Family. They have incredible endings.
They do have really good music. I'm gonna do Chainsaw Man because all of those bang, and I love that they're all different.
No goddamn way.
What?
That's wild. So best voice artist performance, Japanese. So Atsumi Tanzaki, which is Anya Forger, wild. Denji's voice actor, Monkey D. Luffy's voice actor.
You're right, this
Bocchi,
is wild.
Eren Yeager, Satoru Gojo. How
No
the fuck
Mahito.
is Mahito not on there?
No Mahito.
Mahito not being on there is the snub of the century.
This is crazy. That's
Gojo,
wild.
Gojo, who is in half of the season. I mean, I guess Mahito's only half of the season too. Gojo's the main
Gojo
character.
doesn't do any impressive voice work in this season, I don't think, right?
I mean, he's smoldering, you know?
Yeah, like
he smolders.
He doesn't do anything crazy.
Wild.
I'm gonna go Denji.
Denji, did you watch in dub?
Yeah. No, sub.
Okay.
I did sub.
Denji's pretty good.
There's no I don't know, it's usually Tanjiro for me. No Tanjiro also. That's crazy.
He has some like incredible moments where he's like, you have to take like account, or what is the line? He's like, take account for what you've done or some shit.
Something. I mean, he like that voice actress just like goes unbelievably hard every year. I can't believe
it's probably gonna
on
be
it.
Luffy because of the Gear 5 voice, and the Gear 5 voice is like ridiculously silly, and it's like, oh, this is Luffy when he's free and he's laughing and all of that.
Yeah.
If I had a voice, I'd probably say Luffy just based off the little bit of Gear 5 that I've seen. Also because Mayo Tanaka has always been incredibly talented. Do you want to go? Who'd you go with?
I did Denji.
Gotcha.
I don't know any of these English performances.
You don't know any of these?
No, I haven't watched any of these in dub.
No, you're absolutely right. All right, cool. And so that's where we end, because everything after that is just who's the best person in Castellon. It's like, what the fuck? What are we? How many people are voting on that one?
Wow. Yeah, I think JJK will probably sweep. And if Attack on Titan, I think its biggest competition is One Piece and Attack on Titan for sheer popularity. And I don't think anyone's going to take into account that it's not the most recent Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
I think the average person is going to be like, oh, just Attack on Titan always.
Oh, the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's a community award for a lifetime achievement of Attack on Titan. Yeah.
They're getting the fucking Thomas Edison Award.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, thanks for everything, Chief. Yeah, it's in the next year, it'll be on it again. And everyone will be like, we did more Attack on Titan. No, it's fucking, we're just Crunchyroll are idiots.
I love the idea that they're like, and now the next recipient of the Frederick Douglass Award, Attack on Titan.
They're like, wow, thanks, everybody. If there's ever been a story that made sure that people came together as one, it's been Attack on Titan.
Former slave Frederick Douglass is like, give my awards to the best anime of the year.
Listen, if Vinland Saga wins it, I'd be down for that, honestly.
It won't, but that'd be sick.
No shit. Could you imagine?
It's like just popularity. It's not like, I mean,
any voting thing is just popularity.
I guess, I mean, yeah, when we, the people, get to vote. But it's like,
you expect me to sit here and be subjective?
I know, objective, but because in that case, yes.
I'm finna be subjective.
I don't know. It's just like, I think One Piece and Attack on Titan are going to win ones that will piss me off.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. But, that's fine. We'll know the results. I have actually no idea.
I think January 26th.
Eventually.
Wait a second. That's
January 26th is in like 4 days.
I'm just lying. Let me see.
5 days.
Let me see.
That'd be a wild turnaround. They'll give a week to vote.
Vote till January 27. That's all I know.
And then they got to count. They got to count.
Individually.
And then the One Piece fandom is going to try to steal the vote.
Yeah.
Where do we charge? Like, if some people, like some of the categories that we wanted, like JJK or other people to win, and it's won by Attack on Titan, where do we storm exactly?
Mappa?
Mappa, yeah.
The problem is they made most of the other contenders we want to win.
My God, they really fucking did, didn't they?
It's just a Mappa.
What a year for them.
I know.
Not a year for their animators.
Well,
but a year for their
longest year.
Oh, yeah. They're just like, oh, yearly reports are out? That's how long it's been since I've seen the sun?
They're going to like hand them the Crunchyroll award, and they're just like, here you go. And they'll like look at it, and they'll be like, what is this?
What is
this
isn't a pen?
Is this to kill myself with?
Yeah, they put like pool noodles on all the sharp parts.
Yes.
We've had too many people kill themselves with the Crunchyroll awards here. There's like one guy just like jamming like a round award into his head.
You got a Mappa, it's all the awards, and they're just stained in blood.
Yeah, and it's like put behind bulletproof glass. Yeah, it's like, please stop trying.
Yeah, all of their pens are just like they don't actually write. They just like hand them their boss, and the boss looks at the imprint the dull pen made, and then they do it like
they do like an ink dipping. They're like, yeah, that'll get it. We'll be good. All right. Outside of that, basically all we have to talk about this week left is 2 other anime. So do we want to talk about Metallic Rouge first or Soul Leveling?
I guess Rouge.
So a little Metallic Rouge.
It'll be quick.
So Boy Oh Boy, episode 1, had no idea what was going on.
Right.
Episode 2.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
Don't really have any idea what's going on.
No clue.
But had way more fun with this episode than episode 1.
Really? I liked episode 1 more.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It was like the visuals were a little cooler, and like I liked the what are they called? Like the robot on robot fight.
Neons.
The neon on neon fight. Like I liked seeing them do that. I liked the weird jester neon. This one had like a very cool fight.
Yep.
And the lead Rouge. Very fun. Very
Yeah.
silly girl.
I was like, I felt that it was like all the characters were being built up. I was beginning to understand dynamics. The robot racism got introduced at the end, where it was like the Neon protected his owner, and then it was like,
cool.
the bullet scraped me, you worthless piece of junk. And I was like, there it is.
Yeah.
It's always there.
Yeah.
It's always, and so like, I like that they're on Mars. I like the introduction of like the usurper alien race that was trying to attack them.
They built a lot of lore.
Yeah,
this
like
episode.
very quickly. There's like friendly aliens, and then there's non-friendly aliens. They beat the non-friendly aliens because of Neons, and now like Neons like were created for war, but now just like kind of exist.
I'm hoping that like in 1 or 2 more episodes, we're done world building, and then it's like we get our antagonist, and like we get to like start doing stuff, because this was a big like this is the world. Sit back. Here's the lecture.
I'm not even entirely sure where they're going or what they're trying to do. I don't remember why they're on Mars.
I have no clue what the goal is.
They were just like, we're on Mars, and I was like, did we cover Mars? Like I don't remember why we're going to Mars. There's police officers after Rouge, I think.
Yeah,
because
so I guess the main thing is that Rouge in her like Power Ranger form or someone who looks like her has been like murdering people.
Yeah.
And the detectives are trying to find her.
Gotcha.
So it's that. I guess that's the plot.
And then they're going to Mars.
Yeah, because I don't know why she's on Mars right now. I don't know.
You said because she's, and I was like, oh my God.
No,
Role reversal. I was so excited to be explained to.
I have no idea. I do like her though. She's very funny.
I also love her.
There's a bit where she's like eating chocolate and her friend's like, hey, give the kid some chocolate. She wants a piece. She just houses it.
Yeah,
like,
which is very relatable.
I like that. There's a bit where she's like, this girl's like, oh man, the camera's busted. And then Rouge is like, yo, bust a move.
Yeah,
and I'm like, that was so me.
Yeah, it was
just saying shit.
Oh no, it's busted. And you're like, I'm just going to riff. Yeah. Everyone's like, what the fuck are we doing here?
I know, just like the ADD need to just say something.
Yeah, you're just like, I'm going to fill this dead air, baby, whether or not they like it.
She might as well, like, it might as well be like, man, the camera's busted. And she might as well have been like, how to save a love, where do I go? Like, just start singing for no reason like me. Like,
and everyone's like slowly pans over to her and she's like, I could do the second chorus if you want. Like, I don't know. What are we doing here?
I felt so seen. So yeah, that's all cool. She barked at one point. She woofed.
It's good to know that they can make robots on the spectrum as well.
Exactly.
It's the most humanizing part of them.
So I like her.
I think she's a cool MC. I like the dynamic between her and the tweet girl whose name I
also don't know, but I love what she looks like.
Yeah.
I like her design. It's very cool.
I like that the lady came over and started taking photos of them just like kind of randomly. And she was like, you're both fucking hot.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's fair. I was like, genuinely.
Music's great.
Did not leave a lasting impression with me.
Damn.
Like, I understand where you're coming from. I was just like, I'm not going to say like, oh no, it isn't. I was just.
There was like a cool track when they're fighting the big robot.
Really?
Yeah.
And now we're watching a mech anime.
Yeah, so
we'll have more to report on next episode. We just have no fucking clue what's going on right now.
Solo leveling?
Absolutely, baby.
What'd you think?
It was an exposition episode. Big time exposition episode.
Yeah, but also I found it fairly fun.
Okay.
Like, I have a lot of notes on it.
A lot of notes. That's new.
There's a bit where he's like going through and he's like, what about like Sungwon? And he's like, she's recovering from the trauma, but because of the traumatic experience, she may never do this again.
She might like retire as a hunter.
Yeah, she might have to retire. And he's like, what about this guy? And he's like, he survived but lost his arm. He'll also have to retire. And then it like cuts to the dude who gets like sliced directly in half. Want him to be like, what about the guy who got sliced in half? And he's like, he was sliced in half.
There's this bit from Walk Hard, which is the Dewey Cox story. He's like, I got a bad case of being cut in half. I would love it if they're like, actually, he made a miraculous recovery.
Yeah, they're just like taping this corpse, and it's like, we don't know yet.
His wife is actually excited to have 2 people in the house to split the chores.
This anime has the trope of anime characters literally not knowing a damn thing about how video games work.
Oh yeah, he's like, oh, if you were playing a video game, how do you open the messages? I don't know. Do you have a fucking email?
Yeah, how about the same fucking way you open just regular mail?
Like, it's so funny to me in that kind of sense for him to just be like, video games made up mail. Like, I don't know. This novel concept of fucking mail.
He's like sitting there, the like image pops up and it's like, you have 2 unread messages. And he's like, messages? What the hell is a massage?
Yeah, as he's like sitting in a like very advanced hospital. He's like, I don't know. Like, he's like calling his sister. Like, how the fuck do we get messages?
He's like, the hell's a mail?
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Sis, I got 2 guys in my inbox, apparently. I got 2 whole mails.
She's like, that's a different kind of second awakening.
It's so funny. So that was dumb. He fights Slyther the Sky Dragon.
I knew I recognized it. It is Slyther the Sky Dragon.
Yeah.
Like to a T.
Yeah, just straight up
as
looks
a
like him.
centipede, obviously.
Yeah.
Which is the best legendary Yu-Gi-Oh monster.
For sure.
Coolest
one. I'm so glad I wanted to transition into this like tangent.
Okay.
I always hated how it was Slyther the Sky Dragon, Obelisk the Tormentor, both awesome names.
Yeah.
Very cool names. Then just the Winged Dragon of Ra. Fucking name that guy. What one is Slyther, proper noun.
Yep.
Obelisk, proper noun.
Yep.
A winged dragon.
The Winged Dragon.
Yeah, the Winged Dragon of Ra.
You could call him Raw Winged Dragon or something like that. Like,
also, you already have a dragon.
Yeah.
Slyther, the sky one.
Is a dragon.
Yeah.
How does Exodia fall into all this? Is he like the king of all of them?
He's just, I don't know. I don't know, like, the lore of it. I know that those 3 are, like, in their little group, and then Exodia is just, like, if you get all of his pieces and his cock, you win the game.
I would love for there to be, like, hey, Exodia's 5 cards is no longer, like, we need to get him up to 6 cards, and they're like, the 6th piece has to be a giant slong.
Yeah, what do we have left?
Yeah.
We simply have nothing left.
Only have his penis. And just, like, I don't know if I want him in my hands anymore. I think I'm good on this.
The executive is just like, do the penis.
We gotta do it. We gotta get the money back into the crowd here.
The investors need that
people hate dual links. We gotta get the cock. We gotta break in case of emergency here.
I have another note that says, fuck this city and all of its inhabitants. Because he goes, it's the part where he's sitting on the bench and he learns about his inventory. And he out loud goes, it's like a game.
Yeah.
And the entire town just whips around and stares at him like he just went, I love fucking little boys.
It's like SpongeBob doing stand-up and the whole crowd's just looking at him. Just like, I was waiting for somebody like, God, this brother stinks. It's like what? It's like if somebody like assume he's on the phone or something.
Yeah.
Like, if you were like, oh, it's like a game, and I'd be like, what do you mean? I go and just be like,
yeah.
What are you talking about?
I know if I'm just like at Walmart and I'm like, oh, it's like a game. No one should whip around and be like, the fuck did you just say, jackass?
You said games? Yeah. I heard they have messages in those.
You got games on your phone. Just like scrambles my phone out of my pocket.
Oh, God, it's so stupid.
So
it's just a very funny anime-ism. They're also adding in so many scenes with Cha, the S-rank hunter. Like, she just doesn't exist in the manga until, like, the manhwa until the 6th, like, book itself.
Is she not his sister?
No, so there's his sister is Jinha, I believe is her name, the blonde woman who's at like the Hunter Guild headquarters, and they're like, we want you to lead the next B rank expedition. Yeah, and she literally does not exist in the story in the manhwa and the novel until like a quarter of the way through the story. Like she's the cover of the 5th light novel, or I don't know what to call them. Like what would you call the comics? Like,
manhwa?
Yeah, the manhwa. So she's the cover of that
one. Or is it Donghua?
No, Donghua Chinese.
Okay, manhwa.
So she's the cover of like the 5th one, and that's where she shows up, which is like
way
far down the line.
Yeah.
So they just keep like it's like kind of like it's Bones doing it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or no, it's A1.
No, yeah, it is A1.
Yeah, it's like A1 just keeps like being like, oh, we're gonna get to these people eventually, and then they keep also teasing his sister's friend, the girl in the pink hood, because she eventually joins up with Sung Woo to like join. Like they need a certain amount of number to do raids, and so he gets her as like a hanger on, like a useless hunter that they can bring into a game,
like a whore.
Kind of, yeah. They pay her like $1 million to like just enter a gate and then leave essentially,
right?
And so like they keep like showing her, and I'm like, she doesn't play that big of a role. I don't know. It's very weird. They keep adding things.
I like it. I like that they add stuff because again, it shows me that they have like some sense of care in the project. That they're like, okay, we can tee shit up. That's gonna just show up randomly later.
It's definitely them calling their shot and being like, all right, somewhere down the line, we're gonna be doing like we're gonna be doing this entire story.
I like it. My only other note is a 2-part note.
Oh boy.
I go, not maxing out agility is wild because he was pumping his strength up.
Yeah.
And then I go, never mind, agility is a useless stat. He's literally dodging 3 goblins at once like it's nothing.
He gets faster for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So he's like upping strength right now.
Well, can I step in here?
Gone.
Adding, so like agility would make him faster, right?
Yeah.
And it would be like, oh, he could like do really quick side steps.
Yeah.
If you add strength, it makes you taller and more muscular.
Taller.
It makes you taller and more muscular.
You don't need to be taller to be stronger.
Well, I mean,
That's so
it
funny.
certainly fucking helps.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like if you have a 6'7" frame, you can put 400 pounds of muscle on.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't know it was the handsome stat.
If you're into tall,
Which you shouldn't
which
be.
you fucking shouldn't be.
Yeah, if you follow this podcast, you shouldn't be into tall.
If you like anybody over 5'8", you're actually an elitist. Actually, they eat more and pollute more on a wide basis. So congratulations, you hate the earth.
Yeah, exactly. I measured myself yesterday, actually. How tall do you think I am?
Clean 5'8".
Yeah.
No.
Well,
No.
that's how
I'm
tall.
a clean 5'7.5". That is
No chance.
yeah.
You're like 5'1".
That's me,
Max.
baby. That's me. Okay.
That's me, baby.
5'1", 160, baby. That's absolutely it.
Wide.
You have such a delusion of grandeur of I'm taller than Nick when you are maybe a half to a quarter inch taller than me.
I'm big.
You're not. You
I'm
simply
tall.
are.
I tower over you.
I really want us to do-
tiny, angry man.
I want us to do the thing where it's like we're polite to each other, but it's a backhanded
oh,
compliment.
yeah, we were supposed to do
Because
that.
I've been building them in my mind for you for weeks.
It's been seething over me.
For sure.
You texted me today so angrily.
Danny, because
all day.
you were being a
What did I do?
I was like, Danny, bring your third mic, and you were like,
I was just asking.
I was like,
You were so mad at
I was
me.
like, please bring your third mic, and you were like, I don't know, we have the other mic, and I was like, I asked, it's so simple.
Just like, yeah, Nick was like, bring your third mic for our guest that we keep talking about. And last week we used this mic that we have in the center of the table for our live audience.
Which, because we used it, we missed one of the best bits we've ever fucking done.
Well, that was a mistake, but
Yeah.
I was like, oh, did that not work? And Nick was like, I don't know, Danny, or I just buy another $1,000 mic and you can just keep do all day long because you don't do shit. It's like, Jesus Christ.
First off, the $250.
And then what was the other thing? You also lashed out at me about another thing. I
I
believe.
simply did not. Also, no, Danny, there is, all right, listen, before Danny goes into
and
his
then I was like,
look at this. I don't even get a second in. This is what being married is like, all you single people. Stay single.
I was like, fuck me. We should have gotten fan questions for Steven, which
Yeah.
we got last time. And then Nick goes, okay, make the post now. We have 4 hours. And I was like, the fuck me was more just like I just realized. You're just at my throat.
No, here's the thing, Danny. Here's the thing. All right, you know, because occasionally, and this is a little behind the scenes on Danny. Danny goes through times where I've publicly said that if any of my friends were to come out as murderers, you would be the one I'd be least surprised
Is this
about.
because I said K 3 days ago?
You
at
son of a bitch. You did. You caved me. I forgot about that. No. So Danny goes through what we like to call emotional roller coasters. There's times where Danny has no emotions whatsoever. And then there's times where Danny is a very gushy, loving person. Danny told me he missed me today. That's rare. And that's how I know that Danny is in a feeling, like you're in a feeling time period. You're like for the last week or so.
Yeah, it's field day.
Yeah, you've had feelings. And so I just texted like I usually text, and Danny was like, he's so snippy today. And I was like, oh, Danny has feelings this week. So it's occasionally you just gotta be like, does Danny have an emotional spectrum over the next couple of days and play accordingly? So let's read.
This podcast is crumbling.
Let's read how I would like say what I texted out loud. So you said, okay, yeah. So you said, but quality wise is good. I said, fuck me, we should have gotten fan questions for Steven. I said, okay.
I said that.
Yeah, you said, fuck me, we should have got questions for Steven. I went, okay, make the post now. We got 4 hours. LOL. You forgot to add the LOL.
Here's the thing. That is not how you said it. You said it like, okay. Yeah,
I?
you sent me an email. You sent me a voicemail. By the way, not to jump ships, I listened to the voicemail you sent me 2 days ago.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
awful.
Straight classic.
I can't believe I've never done this before. I'm going to play one of your voicemails on the show right now.
I get straight to the point. I tell him why I called.
I hate this.
My name's Danny. I'm ready to talk to you, but I got a pants full of poop because I can't ever seem to find time to hang out with my and we're gonna play video games. You paid our Patreon and yet nope, we gotta talk to somebody at 6:30.
Okay, all right. Do you want me to air this? You want me to air this grievance?
Yeah.
So
fine.
Danny's like, Dan, we have to make Patreon content because you guys are so loving and you want to support us, so we want to give you additional content. And so me and Danny were supposed to play Ready or Not the other day, and Danny was like, all right, we gotta find time to get 2 hours. And so Danny does this thing where he's like, all right, I'll be ready in 15 minutes. 45 minutes pass, and I'm like, I'm sitting at my computer. I'm fucking excited to hang out with my buddy and play video games. So I call him, and I'll be like, I'm getting ready. Another 10 minutes will pass, and so we start 45 minutes after. And Danny, usually, I'm fine with it. I'll just play video games. I'll keep working, doing something like that. But Danny's like 5 minutes. But then Danny hits me with a timeline. He's like, also, I got somebody coming over at 6:30. I'm like, well, then why are we punting the timeline down the road?
I was also punting my plan because Steam fucked me this time. And I felt bad, and I apologized profusely.
It was very cute.
Steam absolutely rocked me socks because I played it.
Corrupted files, everything.
Corrupted all of my files.
You weren't ready or not.
I was not ready.
Yeah.
Ready or not, Steam said, go fuck yourself.
Absolutely.
The night before I opened it, and I was so excited, and I opened it to make sure it was all good, and then today, it was like, it needs a 60 gigabyte update, and I'm like, what?
It's a 30 gigabyte game.
I know.
Jesus Christ.
And so then I had to redo all the files. I got stuck at 99% for 30 minutes, and then I was like, I just have to uninstall and reinstall this. So it was a nightmare. I was very embarrassed. I felt very bad, and I'm super excited to play this game.
I've been doing a thing. I like, if I get not a hostage.
Yeah.
If I get like one of the bad guys,
Yeah.
I cuff them, and then I just shoot him in the back of the fucking head.
Christ.
And they just let you do it.
Yeah.
And they just let you do it. And then you go like, oh, we got one incapacitated over here. And then it's like, all right, dead body. And like you like change the report. Oh, it's fucking awesome. Ready or Not's a lot of fun. Anyways, so yeah, Soul Leveling was fun. They showed what
Turned
happened.
into therapy.
Yeah. They showed what happened to his mom, which was more exposition.
Yeah.
They're also not showing the item descriptions, which is weird. So when he gets the key in the manhwa, you like see, and it's like this key opens a E rank in like instance gate, and so he just kind of like gets the key, and then he's like a key, and then he just shows up at the station because like in the item descriptions, like the gate opens at X entrance to X gate, but it's like he just gets a key, and like and the next thing you know, he's like opening a gate at a fucking railway station.
Right. Oh, interesting. I didn't even realize.
And I don't know if they're gonna do that for like everything, because a big part of the manhwa is like you like see the sword he gets, and he's like, this sword has a paralysis effect, this sword has a poisoning effect, all these kinds of things, and it's like, okay, are we just gonna like have to figure this shit out?
I'm sure he'll get the sword, he'll slice a thing, its arm will stop working, and he'll be like, oh, it has a paralysis thing.
I guess.
I'm sure.
Because otherwise, the only way, like, if you're not going to show the item descriptions and give me the time to read them, he has to read them out loud. Like, he has to provide that exposition for us.
I don't mind because the key thing, you're right, that is bizarre. I don't mind if he also doesn't get the item description and is like, I hope this sword does something cool, and then finds out what it does. Like, that'd be a little cool than me, like, pausing to read this thing.
Yeah.
I
guess it's kind of like treat it like they did with Tengen's musical score.
Yeah.
Like through the fight, teach us that like this is how this works. You don't take the time to be like, oh, here's the exposition. Here's a 30-minute breakdown on how it works. Like actually show us how it works live time.
I am liking the show though more than I thought I would. It's very fun.
Yeah.
I think Shangri-La Frontier gave me a taste of like a video game anime, and I was vibing with it. I was into it, and then I hated the show.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, this is like picking up where that left off. And I'm like, okay, give me the rest of like a video game anime.
It's definitely
that I
less
wanted.
video game-y. Like
Pretty video gamey.
It's pretty video gamey.
And I'll quote the show like a game.
Video game. Yeah, absolutely. It's like there's an inventory, there's a mailbox, there's levels.
Right.
And that's kind of...
And dungeons and bosses.
Daily missions and bosses and items. And
it's just a video game.
There's actually a store as well. He gets access to a store that he can sell and buy things from. It is just a video game, but only for him.
Yeah.
And that's why it's called Solo Leveling.
Oh,
yeah, you get it, ladies and gentlemen. All right, do you have a flashback?
News?
Yes. 51 episodes in. You still don't know flashback means news. That is genuinely impressive.
Give me 2 seconds. I have to piss so bad.
Go off, King. I'll go talk to chat.
Sure.
We're back.
I'm back.
We're back from our piss. We pissed together.
Our piss.
Our piss.
Yeah, we share piss. It's like in a video game where you like, where
Get
if
messages?
I pick up coins,
Oh, shared
we
inventory.
both, we have shared.
That's another thing I got to talk about at some point. So you were on to move on beyond Soul Leveling. You were on Escape Pod recently.
I was on the escape
It's
pod.
like us, but if they talked about the video games and Marvel.
It's like us if we were a game show.
Gotcha.
Because their whole podcast, which
We're
is
a
why
game show. We got a booby bell.
we need a buoy bell. I can't wait for one episode, for a year episode. I've just installed a giant wooden post with a little bell.
We could do like a boom arm. Like we could do like not a boom arm, but like it could connect to the table for sure.
I just like a big like barnacle
Sea bell,
covered.
yeah. Just a huge, like laughably like
Yeah.
a church bell.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
It takes up my whole
Just
face
out
in
of
the
the frame
line.
entirely. Yeah.
But so they do like games. So they have a game I told you about called like Agree Disagree, which is awesome, where they'll like do a hot take like Aaron Yeager was right. 1, 2, 3. You hold up agree or you hold up a disagree card. So that was like the whole pod, which I really liked. It like made it feel fun. They're great. They're super nice guys. Hated my opinions on Spider-Man and Star Wars.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
They asked me to bring in an agree disagree thing, and I said the only good lightsaber fights in all of Star Wars
Prequels.
are in video game cutscenes.
Oh.
I said there are only good lightsaber fights in video game cutscenes, and Alex, the guy in the hat, hated me for the duration of the podcast
Oh, yeah?
after that. Yeah. So
I mean, the best ones are in video game cutscenes.
they're like all in video game cutscenes. He made a cool point though, where he was like, video games are designed to be, or video game cutscenes are designed to be consumed like in just that cutscene. So like, if you are like a video game trailer has a lot of cool lightsaber fights because that 3-minute long trailer needs to be enjoyed. It's like the only thing you have to enjoy. Whereas with a movie, none of the lightsaber battles are that cool picked out of context because they encapsulate the whole context of the whole film. If that makes sense.
I guess.
Like the fight in the trailer is designed to be good on its own.
Yeah.
Without any further context of the game. But the movie fights are like designed to be good in the context of the whole movie.
Gotcha.
But
What was the Spider-Man one?
I just hated Spider-Man No Way Home. I think it's dumb and Peter Parker's irredeemable and stupid in it.
Nice, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, so
I love that. I love
But
that
it was
hat
good.
guy. I love that they were just like, can we get you like fucking pods over?
yeah, they're
I
like,
love that
can you
idea.
just shut the fuck up for a second?
I'd love
Yeah.
that for you. We'll bring them on here and like get them to be like, oh yeah, Aaron Yeager did everything right, and we'll just seethe at them. We'll just give them fucking side eye. All right, so my flashback. Wait, did you have flashback?
We should do a game called Side Eye or Side Duck. I don't know what the game is.
We'll
That's
build
your
it.
job.
We'll build it. Yeah, we'll have a writer's room on it.
Yeah.
Did you have a flashback?
My flashback, there was an OVA image, or an image was released, a first visual of an upcoming Skate the Infinity OVA.
Wow, this is super not what we talked about before the pod at all, but sure. Okay, go off.
So I just found out while I was pissing.
Oh, good.
But
You had news.
I did.
I looked up other news because I was going to give you that news.
My news is dumb. We got a first trailer of the Hunter x Hunter game.
And it is whelming.
It's okay.
It looks...
It's just Hunter x Hunter in video game graphics, but nothing. It's like CyberConnect 2, like the new JJK game graphics.
Bingo.
Nothing crazy. It's fine. What's your news?
That Oda's manga is already animated.
Yeah.
Oda's second manga, the Monsters manga, already animated. Already coming out on Netflix, apparently. And it's being narrated by Oda's voice actor. Not Oda. Zoro's voice actor.
By Oda.
That would be sick.
It's funny that we keep calling it his second manga because One Piece is his second manga.
True. It was technically the thing that started off One Piece. But like,
I just feel like people will think that he like started a new manga and be upset with him.
yeah,
Like,
no, he's like, oh, come on, we need more One Piece.
Yeah,
Like, he
yeah.
hasn't been producing it weekly for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
So yes, the one-shot manga that he created that loosely inspired One Piece is now being animated. It's called Monsters. And then there's a bunch of
some
other bullshit behind
man.
Monsters. But if you look at Monsters Oda, you'll get it. And it's apparently out. It's already releasing. And it's being narrated by Zoro's voice actor, which is kind of sick.
In dub or sub?
I sub.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I actually don't even know if it ever will be dubbed. Kind of seems like a Japanese thing.
It's Netflix. Netflix was one who
I guess,
did it.
yeah, it's fair. So now it probably ended up sub.
Netflix has Oda by the absolute cojones
or
right now.
does he have Netflix by the absolute cojones? Are you kidding me?
No. I feel like there's definitely some like cajone grabbing,
Oh,
but
like
I don't
a
know.
little mutual cajone
maybe,
fondling,
maybe
if
there's like a
anything.
double squeeze happening, but like a little 69 between
Oh,
Oda and
yeah, but like with the hand, baby.
Yeah.
Because they're both making money.
All the
fist
money.
over fist.
yeah, fist over cajone.
Fist over cajone, baby. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I feel like it's got to get dubbed. There's no way.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because like they're just like, hey, the English audience is fiending for more One Piece right now.
I wonder if someone like from Netflix like went up to Oda and was like, "Hey, we want to adapt your other manga," and he's like, "My other what?"
Yeah.
like just drowning in like papers
Yeah.
of One Piece. Like,
He's like, I forgot I made that.
Yeah.
Like I would not be surprised if that was like the furthest thing from his mind until somebody like brought it to him.
I always wonder that sometimes. I can't imagine making the same project for like 25 years, maybe longer, definitely longer.
1996, I think the One Piece manga came out.
God, we're
Yeah.
in the future. So yeah, like almost 30 years.
Yeah.
I can't imagine doing that same single project. I wonder if like he only thinks about One Piece or if he's like if he has like a bunch of other projects. He's like, God, I wish I could do this like futuristic cop bullshit story I want to do.
I feel like it's got to be like at that point, it's got to be all One Piece.
It's
If you're doing
gotta be.
25 pages a week, I feel like you just got to be thinking like, but then again, he knows how it's going to end.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. Like I bet that Oda has known the story he's going to write in its entirety for what the last, I'd say 7-8 years.
Sure, I guess nobody's making him make it this long.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure he could have wrapped her up.
Like I don't think like it's like a Tuesday afternoon. He's like, oh, new twist.
Yeah.
Like I think Oda has known the story of One Piece and how it's gonna pan out for a while.
I don't know. I thought you were telling me that he like intended it to take like
Originally,
Yeah.
and like, that was like at the very beginning. He's like, it'll be 5 years long, and then he was like, oh, let's keep it going. But like, I think after that decision, I think by the time that he hit Whole Cake, he knew, yeah, I know how the story's gonna end,
Yeah.
and now it's just a matter of drawing it to get there.
right.
Because like, I don't know, he's introducing like the highest level of like government right now. And it's like, oh, like these are like the 5 super heads of seniority and all that kind of shit. So like, I think he's always known we're going to get there. And it's just been a matter of like, okay, we need to get the characters there, you know?
Yeah. I love how in anime it's like we're gonna meet the top of our government, and also they all know jujitsu.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like
It's like they're only there because of how strong they kick.
yeah, like what's their fucking policies? You know, like
Pirates bad.
Yeah, like-
more or less. Like that's the thing is they were so focused on jujitsu that they
Yeah.
were like, you know what, pirates just bad.
yeah.
I also have a best boy that I really want to talk about.
Talk about
My
it.
best boy, Pal World. It is
Yeah, I forgot.
Danny. It's
I know.
Danny. Fucking
Oh my God! Whoa!
fucking bullshit out of
Whoa.
here. Get these fucking
Whoa!
bullshit.
Whoa! Is that why they were here? Nick
No.
just threw all of our Pokemon merch.
Listen, I'm just gonna say it. Power World's the best Pokemon game ever made. Already
Everyone's saying that.
the best Pokemon game ever made.
Now listen, I know you are one to exaggerate from
Never.
time to time.
Not even once.
Tell me honestly, because I keep seeing everyone being like, Pokemon's dead, Power World all day, baby. What are your genuine thoughts on Power
Danny,
World?
it's okay. So
It
Power
looks
World
so jank.
in Power World. No, it's gorgeous.
Yeah?
It's like actually very pretty.
Okay.
So like, this is the reason I think, and this is kind of the general consensus that everybody has come to, is that Pokemon is being so held back by the Switch and just its complete and utter lack of technology.
Right.
Like the fact that, oh, we got the Switch OLED. I was like, okay, sure, but like,
Yeah.
it still doesn't look good. Like,
Yeah.
it's never gonna look good because the Switch doesn't have the processing power to make it look good. So I'm playing Power World on my $2,000 gaming laptop, which
Right.
has a 4080 in it, and so I can like max out the settings and run around at 120 FPS.
Yeah.
Like I'm playing Pokemon, which looks like a PS3 game at 30 FPS, and like obviously there's going to be like graphically there's a big separation. At the same time, Pal World has instance bosses, which is something that's been a part of Pokemon for a while. You know, it was like in Sword and Shield, there was like the wells.
Yeah, it's like dungeons.
Yeah, and you could pop in,
yeah.
there'd be 4 of you battling against it. You can do that. But there's also forging, crafting, and you can set up like a camp with all of your pals. So you can have your pals on assembly lines. You can have your pals harvesting food. It's like, all right, the best way.
They're called pals just because they're like your buddy.
Yeah.
It's just buddy world.
Buddy world, more or less. It's Pal World, exactly. So
funny.
It's the best way I know how to describe it is it's Pokemon meets Cult of the Lamb.
Right.
So you can either have your pals working in an incredible environment, you can have them, you know, like making berries and roasting food and cutting down trees for you and like
Whoa,
basically
that's
running your entire camp. They can collect things, gather, farm, water your plants,
that's sick.
Work in factories, these kinds of things. And you can set up really good environments, or you can just be a fucking slumlord. You can like the second they start complaining, you can capture them and butcher them. You can butcher pals for their fucking meat. Like it is like, and then at a certain point, like the biggest thing that a lot of people say is like, oh, a lot of the pals get guns, and some of the pals do get guns. Like the more monkey-like pals and cat-like like if it's bipedal, it'll get a gun at some point.
If it can have a gun, it has
will.
a gun.
But at the same time, there's also like legendary Pokemon. Like there's a giant elephant, like a giant grass elephant that uses tornadoes to attack. You can fly on your Pokemon. So like, you know, a big thing in the most recent one, Gen 9, was like you had the Koraidon and it could fly towards the end of the game. These ones, you can just fly around like on a Pidgey and you can get across the map super quickly, like on a flying mount Pokemon and go wherever you want. And you can do that with like regular mounted Pokemon. And it's just like, it's in alpha. Basically, all you can do right now is like bosses, build, gather, and collect pals. And then like there's a couple of island bosses around it, everything. But it is... And then it was 4-player out of the jump, which is like 4-player didn't happen in Pokemon until the most recent game.
Right.
Like Gen 9 was the first time we ever got co-op.
Yeah.
And so it looks good. It's got a building aspect, a survival aspect. It's like Minecraft meets Cult of the Lamb meets Pokemon. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's crazy. Do they evolve?
No.
You just hand them a gun?
So they get like at a certain level, they can get a gun.
Yeah.
So nothing ever like changes.
At a certain point, like one of your guys comes up to you and he's like, hey, bud, I need a piece.
Yeah, he's like, listen, I've seen a couple of cats around here with guns. We got to defend ourselves. Yeah. And then like as they level up, they get new moves.
Are there like trainer, like, or gyms? Like, what's the goal of it? Is it like just to make a
There's not
community?
really like it's like this is like alpha. It's like this is like the earliest edition of Power World. But like right now, the goal is max out your level, build out a base.
Right.
Operate at 100% efficiency, get all of your pals working, because every time you level up your base, you can like add a new pal to work.
Right.
So like you can have like, if you're level 7, you can have 7 pals working at your base. You get to level 99, you can have fucking 90 pals working in a factory making guns.
crazy?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then you can sell those guns, get money, and then like there's a couple of bosses, and you use the points that you get from killing bosses. They're like ancient points to like get access to new crafting, like recipes and all that.
I like the image of like a Meowth coming up with like a crate of ammunition and a Snorlax just like takes one out, like bites on it, and he's just like, what is this shit?
Yeah.
What is this Russian shit?
Yeah, it's like, what is this? What is this, 762?
Yeah.
We asked for 308.
That's so funny. I don't love like the biggest thing that like deters me from being excited about it is I hate like games like Rust, and I played like
You don't like survival
Rising.
games.
Yeah, like I would so much rather do a campaign than like,
Yeah, then it's not for you.
Build a treehouse.
If you like the Forest, Sons of the Forest, basically any survival game, Subnautica, like any game where you have to be like, you have to get a bunch of materials together and build a base and survive. That's what Power World is.
Yeah.
But with pals.
That makes sense.
It's Cult of the Lamb. Like, I don't know, did you play Cult of the Lamb?
Sarah does.
It is Cult of the Lamb to a T. They added sex.
And they have sex?
No, they added sex into Cult of the Lamb.
Oh, I saw that. And babies.
And babies,
Yeah,
yes.
very fun.
Do you have a best boy?
My best boy is Street Fighter 6.
Okay.
Because, and next week it'll probably be Tekken 8 because
Gotcha.
that'll come out. But
Bandai, please.
I told you that I got a big boy fighting game controller, and you told me that is an oxymoron.
It is an oxymoron.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's just true.
But I got, so my New Year's resolution is to be better at one fighting game, among other anime work-related resolutions. And I got sent by this company, Victrix, this what's called a leverless controller. So it's like an arcade stick with like all the buttons mapped out like right on the thing, like an arcade, except instead of a like joystick, it's just more buttons. So there's 12 buttons. It's like a keyboard, but with fighting game buttons. And it's like the most accurate way to play a fighting game because you can't like fuck up your movements at all because it's all just like buttons. And it is pretty hype. It's unbelievably hard.
Did Sarah ask to unfuck you when you unboxed that?
Yeah, she doesn't love it.
Okay.
She walks into the room and I have this big fucking like fax machine on my lap. And it's like...
He won't stop light spamming. He's grabbing.
And I'm like, babe, what's for dinner? Whore! You fucking whore! What's for dinner though?
Yeah, it's like fucking. It's like, oh god, it's like you in Tekken 8. I saw one of the tiger-headed guy do some like convoluted multi-series grab, and that's what I just imagine you in, just getting your back snapped. Yeah.
I'm just trying to crack this thing over my knee.
Yeah,
like,
it's just like shattering your femur.
It like looks like something that World War II like operators like plug like jack ports in and out of to like connect phone calls. So
funny because one guy had to be like, this is it, peak efficiency.
Yeah, so that's what I'm working with now. I'm trying to get better with it. And then next week I'll be ready for Tekken 8.
Love that.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, that brings us to our favorite part of the show, Love Letters, when we ask our live audience if they would like to ask us a question that we answer here live on air. And if you guys ever want to get the chance to watch the podcast live or ask us questions that we answer here live on air, please become either a Patreon member or a YouTube member. And then you not only get 2 additional hours of content from us a week, but you also get to hang out with us live. So we've already
You do not get 2 additional hours a week.
I'm sorry, a month. You're right, a month. Yeah, that would be wild. Yeah, 8 hours a month, baby.
Jesus Christ.
We'd have to up the price. Anyways, so Panda Mom asks, if there's one live action movie you could adapt into an anime, what would it be?
We've talked about this before, and I think the only good answer is Percy Jackson.
Okay.
Percy Jackson's such a great idea for an anime. Take away all of the kid bullshit. I don't want it for kids.
Okay.
But if you just have a school...
Because anime, historically, for adults, that's the perfect medium for the most mature telling of Percy Jackson.
Anime is the longest running scam to get children to watch rated R content.
That's incredibly fair, actually.
It's so unbelievably graphic, but you get an anime about a camp full of kids who are demigods from the Greek pantheon, and then eventually they meet a different camp, and it's like the Egyptian pantheon. It just writes itself. It's so fit for an anime.
That's kind of fair. I feel like it's kind of like, oh God, what's the...
God of High School?
It's kind of like God of High School,
yeah.
Where like all of these different gods are coming together in order to battle against each other, but it's also like, what's the Record of Ragnarok?
Yeah.
Where it's just like a bunch of gods coming in, but it's like gods versus humanity, which I don't know Percy Jackson, so I don't know if that's what it is.
I mean, that's also like a banging concept. It's just a terrible anime.
Yeah.
Make this one a good one, please.
Okay.
I would like this should be an anime.
That would be kind of sick. My answer?
Yeah.
Hunger Games. Hunger Games as an anime would go so hard.
I can't believe there isn't a battle royale anime. Considering that, is there?
There is. There's a couple of one. The biggest one that I know of that's like deep and like dear and deep to my heart is called Batum. BTOOOOOOM exclamation point Batum. And it is a battle royale anime where a bunch of people get dropped on an island, and every single person on the island has a different kind of handheld bomb. And you have to kill each other with these like myriad of different handheld bombs. It got 1 season, and then it never got picked up again. This was like a decade and a half ago.
This looks awesome.
It is fucking sick.
There is one of the photos on Google Images is like of a Batum video game, like box art cover.
Gotcha.
But it's for the DXbox 720. This is the jankest, weirdest piece of fan art I've ever seen.
Why would they do that?
It's like a Batum video game proof of concept.
For the DXbox 720? I would love it if it was like, yeah, no, that's actually what we're going to be naming the next Xbox series. But yeah, so Hunger Games, any more Battle Royale anime would be absolutely incredible.
I know. I can't believe there aren't more, considering that Japan kind of invented the concept.
They fully did with the movie Battle Royale.
You know what I was going to say before Percy Jackson?
What?
In Time, starring Justin Timberlake.
We are the #1 fucking in time podcast on Earth.
I fucking love
I think if Justin Timberlake made a podcast, they would talk about in time less than we talk about fucking in time. You just love the scene where he's gambling his life and he wins with 1 second left. That had such an impact on you.
Nick, let me tell you something. In a world where time is literally money,
Oh God.
how is that not anime?
Also, even outside of this podcast, Danny once was like, oh man, when you're out and about with a group of people, you're like Justin Timberlake from In Time. You're always slinging money about.
I did not say that. I said you're Justin Timberlake from The Social Network.
Oh, that's what it is. Gotcha. It's
You
always,
wish
it's
you were Will Solace from In Time.
Why is it always Justin Timberlake with you? You're the only person who cares about him still.
I wish he still acted. I like all of his movies.
So fucking wild.
Anyway.
All right, that's all we have for the day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you being here. If you guys want to support us, make sure you go ahead and join the Patreon or YouTube members, get that additional content and to watch us live. If you do watch us live, you get to see the interviews like we're about to do with Stephen He that you won't get to see, unfortunately, for another couple of weeks. But if you guys don't want to do that, thank you so much for just watching us. Follow us on all the short form platforms like TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, all that. And we appreciate hanging out with us. I've been NCHammer23, also known as the Weeb Commander, and Daniel.
I am Danny Motta. Come check out my YouTube page if you want to see me react to anime.
Cool.
I just started releasing the Madoka Magica videos.
Oh, I'm so fun. Are they doing well?
I don't know. It released today.
Nice. I also haven't been checking my numbers recently, and it's been oddly freeing.
Let me tell you something. When you go on a almost 1 month long break, the last thing you want to see are your numbers plummet.
Yeah, that's genuinely very fair.
Yeah.
Oh my God. No, maybe we don't. Let's put that down.
Yeah.
Let's put that down. All right. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Mwah.